Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah.
Konbanwa, friends, and welcome back to the 2024 finale of the Otalku Cafe, where we do our top anime of the year. We're going to have agreements, disagreements, what the fuck, or where do you live? I need to talk to you in person. I am Matt, your co-host, CEO, and head chef, and to join me, my other co-host, Ethan, the guy who provides excellent service, Chris.
Yo.
And the host, she's a host, Shunraku. Guys, how you all doing?
Fantastic.
I guess
I'm doing
not
well.
worse than yesterday, but I can't say I'm doing all right.
Well, better than before, that's for sure.
You're doing better, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's marginal.
But guys, this is the big one. We had a lot of great shows for the past year. We did our awards yesterday, and for those that tuned in, thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in.
There was one viewer on where was it? Twitch the entire time. I guess we made great background noise, or they were supremely interested. So shout out to that one viewer, whoever you are.
Yeah, whoever you are, thank you.
Wherever you may be.
Wherever you may be. But no, we appreciate it. And like we said, we had a lot of fun talking about all of the shows that we mentioned. And I cannot wait to get to our top 25 with some honorable mentions mixed in with it. How you guys feel about your lists?
Like I mentioned, I think at the beginning or at the end of last week, I was like, you know what? My bottom 6, I'm like, from 23 onwards, I'm confident. But
okay.
the bottom 7, somewhat interchangeable.
I ain't changing nothing. I got mine. I'm satisfied with what I got.
Mine are set.
I spent too much time focusing this list, rethinking this list, using all of like anything and everything that I had at my disposal to like really.
I've had my list set for 2-3 weeks. There hasn't been much change except for the bottom. That's where I'm at, really.
I only made one change from after talking last night, so that was it for mine. But I was kind of sad like a week ago, almost.
I made a few revisions. Like I didn't swap anything out, but I had to really. I tell you what. I would like to take this opportunity to explain my rankings. Right. Okay. It's no surprise. All right. On tonight's menu, we got top 30 anime. Whether you want some heart-pounding action, emotional depth, or masterful storytelling, we got something for everyone, right? But the first thing I got to do is tell you how I come up with my list. Now, my breakdown is like this. A 10, that means it's a masterpiece. It's classic. 9, it's great, almost legendary, just a whisper away from perfection. 8, it's very good. 8 means very, very, very good. It exceeded expectations. 7 is it's dependable. It was solid, like enjoyable, straight up solid, right? I'm thrilled to announce that I have no anime below a 7, which speaks to the high quality anime we were able to watch in 2024. I consider the production, the execution when putting this list together, and whether I'm focusing on technical terms like storytelling and character design and music. Um, Basically, most of this list is personal, right? My rankings aren't about just buzz and trends, even though I did have to take in some account of like what the community is saying. Because hype does matter. But I will say that, no anime is safe. My criteria, how much my main criteria is how much I can recommend it to you. And more importantly, how much I genuinely enjoy it. Here's the twist though. Awards matter. If an anime swept multiple categories like best animation, best boy, best girl, or dominated accolades, it climbed higher on the list. After all, if you take home all those trophies, that probably means that you delivered something truly unforgettable. But with that said, that's how I break down how I chose my list. If you've been paying attention all season, you would know that probably my top number one anime from each season is going to be somewhere in my top 10. The question is where. But I had to choose between 30 anime, and there are a lot of anime that did not make the list. But like Ethan did some metrics. I think I watched 71 anime this season.
So that I did so, and I'll go with my breakdown, but that also included title. Actually, did it include? Yeah, it included titles that I dropped as well.
Oh, you get even titles that you drop.
Yeah, I'm at. Yeah, I'll let you finish your little monologue, but I got my statistics here.
No, that's it. That's it. That's it. Cause no, I had to do some math, and I was like, yo, how many anime did I watch? Because I didn't really take time to count it all up to after I talked to you yesterday on the pod. I was like, yo, I did a lot of anime, so I really want to know what I did. So
I was surprised.
I watched did get awards though.
Yeah, I was surprised at my matrix by comparison because I have the 20 in my same spreadsheet. I have my 2023 awards with the same breakdown as the 2024. I watched 86 titles total. I didn't want to go through the effort of looking at movies and things like that, but I watched a lot more anime in 2023. I only watched 63 anime shows specifically in 2023. The breakdown, the stats for anybody that has my sheet or will look at my sheet are as follows. The most entrants in my top 30 are from summer. 12 of the 13 that I included in there were in my top 30. The least entrants was fall. Only 4 made it. Winter and spring have 7 entrants each. With that said, 12 out of 30 anime is the equivalent to 40% roughly. 4 out of 30 is the equivalent of 13.3% of the shows came from fall, and with 7 apiece, they each represent 20% respectively, or when you do the math, 46.6% combined. Of the top 30 that I have, 10 of them are action anime, which equivalates 33.3%, followed by romance with an equal 10 or an equal 33.3%. Adventure came in third with 5% or 17% of my top 30. And then drama came in fourth, only 2 dramas coming in at 6.6%. And then slice of life, mystery, and comedy itself each had only one entry in my top 30, equivalating 3.3% each. Again, the percentages are approximate. So I think for the percentage that I had for the top one, I had like 99.9, and the one below is like 100.1. But that's rounding. So,
well, all right.
Yeah, for mine, I do your genre well, are you written well, how you animated, characters. Basically everything goes into what I enjoyed the most. If you executed well, chances are you won a lot of awards or you're higher up for that reason when we do talk about these. As we all have different tastes, as you can see from what we ranked, what we didn't, and from us all hearing our bullshit about it. Because probably whoever's watching now is vastly different compared to all of ours right now for their favorite lists. Like their favorite could be Ninja Kamui or
no one's favorite.
Fable. Like, you never know. There's some out there.
We all know Chris is going to come up with like the most random anime out of his ass because he watches far more than all of us combined.
Well,
none of them are going to be Ninja Kamui.
Including the shows that I dropped. I have 5 times the amount of shows that I had to pick out of. So like,
yeah, you had like a combined catalog of like probably like 300.
No, for the season it was 153.
Woo!
That's
For the
including
year.
dropped. That's including dropped and no movies. But
Okay.
yeah, with drop, not including dropped, it's like 144.
You really should be the
So
cafe connoisseur, not
Would
the fucking
you
customer
would
service.
you would you wanna cut that in half? Maybe.
What? No, fuck that.
Yeah,
There were so
I-
many interesting shows, and then others that fucking blew me out of the water with how bad they were.
Chris is the only person that could probably come up with a top 30 great and a top 30 shit.
Oh yeah.
oh, he
that's so-
could. Oh, he could. He could.
I would love to have him do that. But for next year, Chris, 2025 annual awards, come up with a top 30 shit and then just give us like your top 5 of that and give us
Yeah,
explanations.
we'll let you read that on the award part.
Yeah,
as a
on the
bonus, as a
award part.
bonus content.
Top
Okay.
30. If we ever start a Patreon, 100% be the content that people would pay for.
But guys, without further ado, are you ready?
I'm ready. I have my 30 out of these 73 distinct titles ready
Yep.
to.
We are also, guys, we're gonna do it quite different for the honorable mentions. For now, at least, we're gonna just name our 5 in order. Like Chris will do name his 5 mentions, then Starman, then Ethan, then myself. And if it goes well, if we like it, we're gonna do it up till we get to number 11. If not, then we're gonna go one at a time, like usual. Like I said, we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna do this with the mentions first, and I will be doing the live coverage on the Facebook page. So as you guys are talking, I'll be writing your names, adding the pictures, and once it's done, I can click it and we go on to the next thing. Sound good?
So we're not doing any explanations of why it was shit.
Oh no. We can explain.
Sure,
We-
will.
You can talk about it. Like, hey, I enjoyed it. What would have made it
Oh, I
better?
thought it was literally like, okay, blank.
No.
No. I'm just gonna be writing as like, you guys can talk about it still.
At least for the honorable mentions. Like I just like when we get to the top list, let's dive. But these are the 5 that was like you still gotta
Like,
mention.
you guys are good, but not good enough.
I'm
You can
curious.
explain why if you want, but
I'm curious. What my 5?
30 through 26. What is your 30 through 26 like?
No, you know something I was gonna say. Like 23s, 30 through 26 is way better than the 26 through 30 I have this year.
so Chris, what are your mentions, buddy? Let's go.
All right, my mentions. These are just shows that like there's nothing terrible about them, but like I had to put something here. So I'm just gonna give a brief like overlay on why I put these in here. Like for number 30, it's Chica, only for the mere fact that like they needed more than just deer jokes. Something I've said before in the past. 29 is VTuber Legend, while the comedy is much better. My reason for this is just petty, or it's not petty. It's just something that didn't actually make it into the anime. Like I could have replaced this with what the fuck are they called? Tale of Wedding Rings, but Tale of Wedding Rings didn't have enough TNA. So I put VTuber Legend.
Okay.
Number 28 is Wistoria. Mostly for the fact that I don't like it when the story starts at the end. Like we're just getting into like, oh hey, this is when the main character starts to be cool. Why couldn't we have seen before he started to be cool? Like when he was in like start grade 1. Next is Mecha Ude. While I didn't enjoy the story of Mecha Ude and the trigger animation and comedy, the story isn't really that much. It's not like award winning.
Right.
Yep. And my number 26 is Chain Soldier. Just because I couldn't put it any higher. I wish I could have.
Yeah.
Thank you, girl.
I wish I could have added it. I didn't.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Chainsaw was the best.
Oh, it didn't make yours either.
Nah, I got no etchies. I
Oh,
got etchies.
word. You the etchy, super etchy Ethan?
The Sailor
Bro,
Moon.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. As much as etchies are fun and like entertaining, will they ever really make a dent in the top 30?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we know Gus made both of yours. I'm aware of that,
Yeah.
but that's
We-
it's still not something that happens. Period. Like regularly, it has to be like over the top, like crazy.
Because they get
I
bigger
get it.
and
I get it.
people stand up.
He's switching over from etchy to yaoi. Got it.
I've got two yaois. Yeah, you're right.
Got you.
He got me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. I didn't force you anything. You did it yourself.
You're like, all right, let's give this gay thing a try. Oh, the animes aren't so fucking bad after all.
All right, Sharaku.
All right, man. Whew. All right, man. Number 30. Number 30 for me is Windbreaker. I enjoyed Windbreaker, but I could not put Windbreaker any higher just off of the fact that Windbreaker suffered from I needed more. Once we got to the end, it ended on a cliffhanger. It's just like, yo, this story is just getting interesting. Where's the rest of it? No additional core was announced. And then I read, and then from the same studio from Cloverworks, assistant director from Cloverworks even says, the reason why we don't do double cores is because in order to maintain that high quality, we need time to work on it. And when anime get too popular and people want it too fast, we're gonna have to water it down and give it to you in that amount of time. So that's why it's gonna take time before we get season 2 of it, which is coming this year, but still. 29.
I wish they would have thought of that with fucking Promise Neverland, bitch ass Cloverworks.
Well, I mean, dog, the hype. People wanted it. They had to deliver. 29 was Wisteria Wand and Sword. For the opposite reason why Chris gave it the score he did. I'm glad that they picked up Will is already OP as fuck, and he just got to be a badass and keep going. He annoyed me with how mild mannered he was because he never really like reached his edge where he had that limit break where he just said, fuck this, I'm snapping. He kind of did, but he didn't. He always just kind of fell back. I just don't like seeing the main character being this nice guy that just gets beat up on and bullied and just talked to like a bitch to hold. That shit gets old fast. But same reason. I needed another core. I needed 12 more episodes. 12 wasn't enough. All right. 28. They're gonna kill me for this one. Solo Leveling.
Damn.
Solo Leveling. Honorable mention. Sorry, Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling committed the ultimate anime sin. 28. Solo Leveling committed the ultimate anime sin. They gave me 11 episodes, and one of which was a fucking recap. They gave me a recap. Jinwoo didn't become interesting until episode 9. So the series didn't really like up until episode 9, it was just the same thing, just dragged out. And I get it. He had to level up along the way. That's the whole point. But if the next curve would have came right after it, y'all see where I'm going, right? There's a whole theme here. This honorable mention, all are honorable mentions. They all could have been top 10 anime had they had consecutive cores. 27, Dangers in My Heart. Although it did have a double core, it was just the weakest romance of the whole year. But I had to mention it. That's all I can say about that. And for 26, Konosuba season 3. It was the weakest of all the Konosuba seasons. So it's my last honorable mention. It was still funny, but it wasn't as good as the first 2 seasons. It was a little better. It was better than Megumin solo series that we had, but not by much.
Coming out with the fire.
I'm gonna just add on to your little bit about Solo Leveling because I didn't even add it to my list. They shouldn't have split up that intro episode. They should have made that like they should have did the free run thing and made it like one whole thing instead of cutting to 2-3 episodes.
Yeah. They fail in the execution of that. That would have made it epic if they'd have just first episode should have been an hour long. There shouldn't have been a recap. And then as soon as they got done, you should have got part 2. Because after I saw season 2, episode 1, I was just like, oh, season 2 is going to be fire. season 2 is picking up. It's gonna be fire. Season 2 is probably gonna be a
it's
9.
great so far.
Yeah, it's gonna be straight fire because every episode he's gonna be OP just fucking shit up, and that's what we wanted. It was just a drag.
Okay.
I've been adjusting my list this whole time while you guys.
But don't tell me, come on, man, Chris didn't do you that bad. You ain't have to adjust.
Yeah, I adjust a little bit.
So that's one so far.
That's one. That's one. What you said? I said he's gonna make at least 3 adjustments.
I made 2 so far.
I said 6.
You said 6.
I made 2 so far. All right. Coming in at number 30 for me is Code Geass. Yes, I know all the problems that Code Geass had with how it was, but it's still Code Geass. It's still entertaining as fuck to me. I'm a simple-minded. I'm a simpleton from that standpoint. So I was entertained for Code Geass. The animation was incredible throughout. The musical composition was solid. It was just that story, you know, the lack of importance of the cameos. A lot of cameos, but nothing that was too like, oh my god, you know. Nothing of criticality from that perspective. So that's number 30. Number 29 for me is Twilight Out of Focus, the first yaoi. Twilight Out of Focus at the end of the day was a solid anime. It kind of waned in the middle, but it's the only anime really that, you know, had characters actually fucking. And as I mentioned yesterday, the way that they did that was really well done. It was very tasteful. People think of gay sex and they're like ill or some other shit, but the way they did it was really tasteful. And I expressed how I felt yesterday, how I wish more heterosexual anime would do that similar ilk, since, you know, sex is a critical part of any sort of real relationship type thing. So number 28 for me is Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. Again, another show. What?
No. Keep going. Cook.
Yeah. Number 28 is Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night for me. Another show where the story I thought was very engaging, but fell, I think, maybe a little bit flat from that perspective in the end. It was a nice ending, but it just something about it, it didn't quite hit the way that it wanted to. But nonetheless, the musical composition is stellar. The visuals throughout are fantastic. And it was a very enjoyable ride from that perspective. Number 27 for me is Senpai is an Otoko Noko. Again, another yaoi anime. The only reason why I placed this,
It's not yaoi.
Bro, it's, you don't know your gender. It's not straight.
Do not get him started, please.
It's not straight. It's not straight. In any case, Senpai is an Otoko Noko. At the end of the day, what really sold me is on this, and why I think it graded high. It didn't do anything too stellar, but what it did do was highlight the struggles of people that are in those similar situations where they struggle with gender identity, and really place those issues at the forefront by having, you know, a mom that doesn't accept them and a dad who does, and having friends that are confused, and the public looking on like, what the fuck is wrong with this freak? Like, why is the boy dressed as a girl? Things like that. And it really highlighted those things. I've never obviously been in that situation, but I can only imagine what it's like to be in real life in those situations. And I thought that them expressing those things and showing the struggles and the ups and downs of that, I thought was really well done. So I thought it was a critical anime from that perspective. And finally, number 26 for me is Love is Indivisible by Twins. Messy as fuck, but thoroughly enjoyable. One of the things that I love about, especially with some of the newer anime that have been coming out fairly recently, is their adaptation to like today's lingo, to 2024 lingo. It really felt like it was a genuine high school anime, with the way that they interacted, the way that they talked, the expressions, and idio, what's the word I'm looking for? The way that they talked, right? I was looking for a big word, but I can't find it. But the way that they express themselves, I thought was great. The romance aspect, it was hit or miss. Romance aspect was hit or miss, but it was still engaging from that perspective. I'd agree with Matt. I think it was Matt that said that, where it was just, you know, at the end of the day, he needs to stay the fuck away from those girls. But having been in a situation with a girl you can't stay away from, I get it. And so I still enjoyed it nonetheless. I'm down for all the shenanigans, the ecchi, like innuendos and suggestiveness and things like that. So
okay.
All right, Ethan. Some of yours make like you name stuff that ain't even on my list. I would say Individual by Twins is like a guilty pleasure. If I could give that my guilty pleasure award, I would.
It is like a guilty pleasure.
It really was like I
It's
like
like it's a car crash, but you can't look away.
it needed some school days. That's what it needed. It just needed
It needed a nice boat. You're right.
needed to put in the reference to school days.
it just needed a point where he crossed the line and shit got real. Like those girls was the slap fight was alright, but some shit was supposed to go down. Like something was supposed to go down.
Yeet.
All right. First honorable mention, number 5, The Fable. Last minute because I heard it got better, so that's why I wanted to catch up on it. But the fact that it took me a while to get back into it, I really couldn't really rank it higher. Like it was still fun, but it's still like wasn't great. Like I just had fun. I guess couldn't in good conscience put it in like in the 20s or something like that. But I'm just happy that I finished it at least. Number 29, Sengoku Yoko. While I did enjoy it, the third of the series was an uninteresting protagonist. So if we're combining them all together, that first core really held it back. That's why, yeah. If that wasn't the case, yeah, this probably definitely would have been higher because I still liked the second half with Senya. So there's that. And this one's gonna probably give me a little bit of heat. 27, A Sign of Affection.
Damn.
While I love the romance, I didn't care about Yuki. Half of the characters were the drama of it, you dangled the carrot, but you just pulled it away. It really showed that Emma really, you know what? Maybe she really didn't give a fuck about Itsumi. Either she just wanted to fuck him, or just she thinks he's easy to get to, which he's not. So it really showed that Emma really did not give a shit because she probably would have tried to get him, fight for what you like, but no, you don't do any of that.
That's how you say "fuck you" in sign language. Because what the fuck, Matt? What the fuck?
You didn't care, girl.
Off, Matt. He's the best character.
That's three pinkies.
That's fine. Like I said, I don't care if I get hate for it. Yuki is just a generic self-insert shoujo protagonist. That is it. There's really nothing unique about her except for her being hearing impaired. That's it.
So keys to audience members, if you want to be a friends with benefits with Matt, make sure you're and make sure you're not deaf. Because
I don't care about that, but half her dialogue would just say it's always sound like she's getting banged from behind. I am sorry.
I was gonna do the noise.
As you read the
turn to Ethan in the first 10 minutes of the pod. You the first 10, 15 minutes of the pod, you Ethan. How Sway?
Bruh.
Hey, wasn't my favorite. I like the romance like Izumi, but as a show as a whole, 26. Dear Friend,
I wasn't even that animated over the fact they rated the story that low.
I didn't add it at all.
What story? I mean, I told you.
I didn't add it.
What's your 26?
Y'all are gonna send me back to the hospital after this.
That's fine. Dear Friend Nokatan, it was I wasn't gonna take it seriously to rank it high. You shouldn't have to. It's just a mindless entertainment. But this is nothing like crack. And as Chris said, I need a little bit more than dear jokes. Like I need more with the other characters. And 20. Yep, my last honorable mention, Windbreaker. This was another late entry, but I did binge it. As Starman said, I did want more of it, but I really like the fights of it because I like a good old hand-to-hand combat. So just the link with duking it out. So
how's it the background for the finale then? If it's on both of our honorable mentions list,
we went for all the big shows. So this is one that was like semi-popular.
Oh, okay. I just wanted a reason. I was like,
oh no, that was really it. We went for all the popular ones during the whole year that we really didn't have any left. So I'm like, I'll do a semi-popular one. It was Windbreaker. Okay.
You should have done so. Like that's going to be in 2025. That'll probably win.
We did those.
Like do like an orb or a ReZero or something.
We did those.
I get I rank dangers low, so I can't be mad about your signs of.
But you could be bad though. That's fine.
But Oh boy, that hurt.
I kept my cool. So
Is this how it feels when like when y'all when I do that? Cause damn, now you on the other foot. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
It sucks.
Yeah.
Y'all
Y'all constantly.
it's still fun despite the complaints. I just like everything else better.
We finna have fun. Let's go.
We are gonna have fun. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
I wish I could drink.
Sure, if you want. I mean, no one stopped.
I mean, you got Percocets.
Yeah, come on, Perk Angle. Let's go.
Perk Angle.
Oh,
that's gonna be.
Oh, sorry, that's clear.
Ethan is gonna be Perk Angle.
Let's go.
Let's go, Perk Angle.
Nah, hospital costs too much money, bro.
Perk Angle.
Anyway, hold on. Let me get the next layout ready before we do jack shit. All right. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, here we go. My number 25, Windbreakers. Like you guys, I wanted more of it, but the reason why it's not higher, even though I really enjoyed the series, is unlike like the fights were good, but the reason why this is on the list and like I can't include Dandadan is because Dandadan ended in the middle of the arc, while Windbreakers ended on leading up to the next arc, so to say.
There.
Damn, that is some impressive logic.
I mean, we were all shocked that he didn't put in his top 13. So then the fact that he didn't put in his 30.
That's some damn good logic, Chris. I didn't consider that. That's some good logic.
Is it gonna lower? Is it gonna lower?
I'm not changing my list.
Like it stays where it is, damn it.
I'm standing on business. Well, for 25, I have Mashal season 2.
We're not doing the 5.
Oh, my bad. Is that what we're doing?
How do we feel about it?
I didn't mind it actually. I thought I was not gonna like it, but I don't hate it.
Chris, how'd you feel?
That's all right.
You want to keep it, or you want to just go with 1-on-1?
We can just try it out for this year, and if it doesn't fit, we can.
All right, so we'll do up to 11, and we'll see if we'll make it a permanent thing for the annual.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right, Chris, keep going.
All right, my number 24. I think my to 21. They're all pretty much the same. Pretty much. My 24 is Alia. Much like with fucking Windbreaker, I wish there was more of it. We can't have more of it. I did enjoy the comedy. I enjoyed the romance between Alia and Masachika. Yuki fucking stole the show, but I still prefer Alia. So yeah, Alia is 24.
Okay.
Who is the I forgot.
No. Not 24. I just fucked that up.
Chris.
Okay, yeah, I got it. My number 23 is Isekai Shikaku. No longer allowed in another world. I really, really fucking loved Sensei and just Sensei. Sensei's was an amazing character for all the wrong reasons. Like, oh man, hey, I'm just gonna while you guys are talking about some important stuff, I'm just gonna keep popping pills.
Perk Angle.
Yeah. He's got it.
For number 22, I have Tatsuketsu, Fate of the Majority. While I was really drawn in by the premise of the show, a survival game based on survival anime based on statistics. But They lost me a little bit when they started introducing the rights and the prime rights aspect. As the second season came back, or the second core came back, because I didn't even realize it was a 2-core. It started to win me back over.
Okay.
And then my number 1, Ranger Reject.
20
Is it the English title Go Go Loser Ranger?
Go
fuck you.
Loser Ranger.
No, fuck that. No, the reason why it's so low is because everyone keeps calling it that. It's Ranger Reject. Or to me it is. Whatever. I don't care. But I call it Ranger Reject. Because that's what I've been.
Blame Disney. That's what they told me. That's what they got.
I also blame these people who fucking butchered this name. Ranger Reject is such a better name than Go Go Loser Ranger.
I don't know, man. Like people from my generation, we seen Go Go Power Rangers. So Go.
Yeah, that's my generation too. I grew up on NPR.
It does roll off the tongue though, like Go Loser Ranger.
And you can even put in a song, Go Go Loser Ranger.
That's the point, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did it for marketing wise. Ranger Rejects does sound pretty cool though.
Yeah.
There's too many rejects in life, so they don't want to hurt people more than what they already hurt.
Right.
But I love this show. I love the manga when I read it. And which got me into this. Fucking the creative requirements. I don't know what he's on, but for him to make The Boys but with Power Rangers, it was such a good idea. And like the others, I wish there was more.
Sentai Daishikaku.
Yeah. It's just localization. That's what I'm blaming. I don't like localizers.
Yeah, literally on Analyst, it's Go Go Loser Ranger.
Now we ain't gonna even talk about your boy from Bleach. How his name, the way it's said, is not how that shit is spelled.
Yuchabak. If you know anything about World War II, you know, Nazism and things like that, the Germans, it's German as fuck. That's what the Quincy's are. They're just German. They're the equivalent of Nazis in the show.
We're gonna get to that later. I'm just gonna get to that.
So history would be the Quincy's would take out the maidens of the Maid Kingdom from Magi.
Yes.
Why didn't Magi ever get finished? That's the question that I just need to know, but I ain't gotta know that right now. But
I ask that same question every fucking day.
Like they just left that hanging. All right. I spoiled my 25.
Yep.
No,
because Marshall was awesome. Marshall season 2 is cool. The problem with Marshall season 2 is I never got a chance to put it in my. It didn't make any of my lists because by the time the dub got delayed an entire season, so I had to wait an entire season to watch it because I started the dub and I wanted to commit. And when I watched it, it was like really, really good, and I still enjoy it. But it was just stacked up against so much intense competition. So it's like, dang, it's like season 1 was ranked so high, but season 2, it was like the competition was just so stiff. 24 was Demon Slayer Harashira art. Bro, they didn't do shit. But that last episode is why
they ended it with a bang.
They ended with a bang. Oh my god, that last episode was every fucking thing. The last episode, it was like, all right, bro, this is it. They fell into the void. They went to go get this man. They're going down the hole. Everybody is there. I'm with it. Like that last episode, literally sold the whole thing. I did not know Mugen Train is the highest grossing Japanese feature film of all time. I just learned that today, and that it just blows my mind. Number 23, Jobless Reincarnation Season 2. The internet spoiled that series every fucking week because my dumb ass decided to commit to the damn dub, and I should have just watched it straight out subtitle like I did everything else. But I wanted to commit because I like the cast. Nah, internet spoiled it. I knew Paul was gone. The week it happened, internet spoiled it. So it was like no surprise. I knew about Roxy that she was gonna smash my boy. There was just no surprises. I just couldn't enjoy that as much as I want to because the internet just was too excited and I wasn't fast enough.
So if you had watched it, if you watched it sub, you would have ranked it higher because you would have seen.
I would have watched it if I would have watched it on time and been able to catch these surprises without the internet tech, if I would have seen Paul die in real time without knowing, okay, he's going down one of these episodes, then it would have been like, yeah, absolutely. Because I just knew everything that was going to happen because the internet just would not shut the fuck up. Number 22 is Near Automata season 2. I enjoyed season 2.
Oh.
No, I enjoyed season 2. Near season 2 is 22 because it just sounds good. I don't know. Near Automata season 2, 22. I don't know. It sounded good. They swapped my girl out for another droid, and I guess, but she just wasn't as cool as B2. But I guess A2 or whatever her name was, like, she was okay. A2 was cool. She wasn't B2. But seeing 9S like crash out was like fun. 9S straight up crashed out, and I really needed that. Last but not freaking least, 21 of this batch. Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War Part 3. Bro, just they did the same thing that the original Bleach did that I didn't like, is they kept dragging out the fights. Like for the part 1 and part 2, you got a lot of cliffhanger, you got a lot of fights happen, they happen fast, you got a lot of surprises, you got a lot of what the fuck moments. Bro, I always knew that, like, not Ukiyoda, I already knew you, whatever, I already know Buddy was gonna double cross, and I already know, like, bro, I've seen this before. It's like, so you telling me the big twist of the season is, oh yeah, yeah, man, I had to get close enough to the king so I could kill him. Sorry, Ichigo, I was playing both sides, and I'm like, bro, duh.
Like we do, like no shit.
power friendship, bro. You would never betray Ichigo. I get it. You knew he was going. I don't know, bro. It was just, there was no surprises. Nothing about part 3 surprised me. There was nothing, and it was a bunch of fucking talking. I got tired of Udebeo, whatever his name is. Yubahara. I got tired of this nigga just talking. Because I got sick of it. He just kept explaining the same shit. And I'm like, bro, you bitter. Matter of fact, you kill Quincy's, sacrifice Quincy's, take their power, and then got the audacity to be mad about, I can't, all right, never mind. Let me take that back. All right, Quincy on Quincy. Okay, I get it. We can do it. It's cool when I do it. It's a problem when you do it. I get it. I can respect that. I can respect that. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Bleach just then, it was cool. I binged it. I even binged it. But it's just the batch of fights in part 3. They were just meh.
Just meh.
Look cool, but meh. I did like the visors coming back. I thought that was dope. That was my favorite part, the visors. But it didn't come back to the last episode.
All right, Ethan, what are your mentions? I mean, you're 25.
Yeah, starting from 25. Roshidere. I enjoyed it. Much the same sentiments that the other boys mentioned about Roshidere. Could have asked for more. I didn't mind Yuki being the lead, but I thought it was a bit too much. I agree. I wanted to see more Alia and Kuze. I would have also wanted to see Kuze do a tiny bit more with Alia. You know what I'm saying? Like, give her, like, you know, I think one of the things, like, when you have people that speak different languages, like as a primary language, would probably be like, you know, even though he knows Russian, he could have said something to her in Russian, like to like impress her, and it'd be like, oh my god, that really would have got her heart, doki doki. So maybe a tiny bit more from Kuze, but still, I enjoyed the comedy very much. So it was a very solid show. Looking forward to season 2. Moving on, 24, bottom tier character Tomazaki season 2. I enjoy the shit out of this show. This is another one of my guilty pleasure shows. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bro, I forgot that shit came out this season.
You didn't enjoy it?
Keep going, bro. Cool.
I enjoyed the show.
I legit forgot, bro. I was like, yo, I forgot about that show.
Yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of bottom tier, honestly, man. Like, when it's all said and done, like, I enjoy seeing Tomazaki like step up. He's like really coming into his own, especially during this season. Like, now he's like progressing even further. And I appreciated that so much. The drama, there was even more drama, like real drama, in terms of friendships and toting the lines, and when you are like fence riding the way that Tomazaki does, and the problems with that and the challenges. But yeah, he's progressing into his own, coming out of that loser shell. So I appreciate it very much. 23, Rama 1/2. despite my issues with the show, with
Oh,
getting
ice
kicked in
skaters
the face.
just fucked it up for you, done, huh?
What?
Them ice skaters just fucked it up for you, didn't they?
Hated it, bro. I will forever loathe that arc. But outside of that arc, I enjoyed it. Comedy was great. Martial arts was great. The love story is cute. I don't mind the slow grind.
Where does it rank if the ice skater art was not in this shit? Where does it rank? Does it go higher if the ice
Oh
skaters?
yeah, if the ice skater rank wasn't in here, it would be 17.
Oh wow, that's a considerable jump.
Yeah,
Yeah, about 6, yeah.
yeah, I would put it at 17 if it wasn't for that. But yeah, everything else about the show I genuinely liked. I will say this: I still gave Ranma a 4. Everything from 23 onwards is a 4. I only gave, I think, 3 5 stars. I think, and that's my top 3. Everything else is a 4 and up, as far as I'm concerned. 22 late entry. Whisper Me a Love Song. I respect Matt's opinion in terms of it not like it shouldn't get really good grades because of the 6 month delay, but nonetheless we got the finale and the finale was absolutely awesome. Genuinely enjoyed that very very much. A Yuri show. Very much enjoy seeing Yuri shows from that perspective. So it gets a little bit of a leg just because I enjoy Yuri, but the girls were cute. The animation was fine. The story, for what it was solid. We get our main couple getting together fairly early on. My only critique is I wish they would have done more in terms of like their progression. Like everything was built around the problems involving the bands, which is fine. Like it's still not a bad story, but I wish I would have gotten more cutesy, romancy stuff with the two characters. Like they share, I think, their first kiss to end the season or to end the show. So would have liked to have seen more. It doesn't have to be sexual by any means, but just a little bit more. But the musical composition is awesome, stellar. I didn't see girls band cry, admittedly. Otherwise, I would have, obviously put it up there and it would have been probably ranked higher than Whisper Me a Love Song. But for what I did see for Whisper, enjoyed it very much. And number 21, not too far off from you, Matt, but a little bit far, is A Sign of Affection. I enjoyed A Sign of Affection. It sounds like far more than you did. But in
Oh,
any
you
case,
did. That's okay.
yeah, but in any case, bright animation, beautiful love story between the two characters. Itsuomi being the consummate best boy. Yuki has her own charms. Like I guess I have a thing for bland women, clearly, because there's something about that. Like it made deaf girls appealing.
You like him docile.
Yeah, I like them docile.
You
No,
want,
but,
you want her to do shadow clone jutsu while you're plowing from behind.
It made deaf girls up.
no, but no, I'll expound on that comment, right? I said that as a semi joke, but in all seriousness, it really, again, I love shows that highlight real world like scenarios, situations, or stereotypes. Whenever a normal person, like someone that doesn't have any sort of issues whatsoever, looks at someone with a physical or mental disability, it's a turnoff in most circumstances or many circumstances. And I think I'm not, I don't want to speak for you three, but if you met a deaf girl, there's a little bit of apprehension somewhere with it if you wanted to pursue her on a romantic level. But they really like brought it down. Like the hottest guy, one of the coolest guys, he falls in love with a girl with in essence a physical disability, and is able to overcome that because he sees her for all of her good things. And so that's why I find that piece very appealing and very eye-opening to a realistic like scenario. So I appreciated it very much. Again, same thing. Like when it comes to a lot of the romances, I'm always the type where I want more of the romance. I want to see more of like the integral moments.
Yeah,
We do get that toward later in the season.
You want to see kids doing grown folk stuff? I guess.
I don't. Again, I don't need it to be sexual. I just need it to like have more like more empathy.
I was saying, what's that one screenshot?
Wait.
That's my favorites. Oh, I could throw that in the group chat right now.
Yeah. But in any case, number 21, Sign of Affection. So that rounds me up.
Question. How would you feel if the roles were reversed? If the dude was the one with the disability?
Same thing. I mean, it wouldn't have been as cute, but to the same degree, it would have highlighted the same principle, which I would have respected. Would it have ranked higher or at the same level? I don't want to say yes or no, but it would have gotten my respect because of that, because it highlighted the actual, principle. I mean, Senpai isn't a Tokonoko, isn't as a whole.
Yamada.
Yeah, I mean, when it all boils down to it, like for example, I'll take Senpai as an Otokonoko. Like as a show, it's not better than many shows, honestly, that I put on this list. But I think it had significance from that real world perspective involving, cross dressing, trans folks, potentially things like that, and highlighting those struggles. So, is it a better show than many shows I didn't include on there? No, not by any stretch. But I think its significance really stands out and really is very poignant in terms of its deserved recognition being included in that list of 30 that we have.
I ain't
So.
give you no pushback on signs, bro. Matt already crushed it. There's nothing you can do by, yeah, bro.
Yeah, he stole the thunder.
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It's okay.
Yeah, I get it.
I took the heat this time.
I'm a cook.
That's
Wow.
fine. That's fine. You can cook all you want. Alrighty. Number 25, solo leveling. I get the hype, but they hyped it way too hard when it wasn't that interesting until a certain point. Like I'm definitely with season 2 right now, but for season 1 though, that's how much they already called it a goat after like 2 episodes. Like, calm down. That was really it. Like, I love the action. Don't get me wrong, but like, Jesus Christ, calm your titties. Deja vu. So that was just kind of a turn off. And like I said, maybe it'll be higher for season 2. So far, so good. But with that, like, I'm with it. Just, you guys did a little more than you should have for how you hyped it. Anyway, number 24, Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2.
Oh, what happened to Chris?
Yeah, that one.
That fucking cat.
Yeah,
Cat
cat hates him. You can't hear you.
Well,
I heard him.
Oh,
I hear him.
Okay.
Thing again.
But Mushoku didn't get interested until it got to the turning point episode where we got to the labyrinth arc. Some of it definitely did drag. There were cool moments, but not enough to go. Like, it felt meh. Like, and with Paul's death, they didn't really capture it. Like, again, those inner thoughts and everything. Like, the bigger moments didn't feel as impactful or didn't portray well animated. So that was a gripe in certain aspects, especially with how Rudy handled it. But they had to rush it for this long, and yeah, now he's a dad. Congrats. Number 23, Bartender Glass of God. Really, nothing wrong with it. I got what I wanted out of it, and they did all that very nicely. It's just more of it's like everything else better for me to want to rank it higher. But it's still definitely an enjoyable show, especially if you're someone that does enjoy drinks or what is a bartender was one. Likes to go to bars for stuff like that. It's definitely something that is worth watching. Like if you're like a mixologist type of thing too. Get to learn some little fancy drinks. Something you might even have in your own liquor cabinet. 22, Roshi Dere. While it was fun, the fact that your Brocon sister stole the show more than your main character is not a good sign. Because she made it more interesting than Alia herself. Because she definitely took a back seat for like a little more than half of it. And that's not really good. Like, not good at all. So, if it was a little more rounds with that, it's fine. Masachika, while I did like him, he was just a Sid clone without the isekai shit. Like this fucking background guy. So it's like, all right, like I've seen it and it's not as good. But you're fine. I like your dub voice.
Maybe Matt needs to take more edibles before he comes on the show. Fire, boy.
You know what? I should have.
Oh, you did? I thought you did.
No. I only took the one.
Oh, you should have taken more. Oh shit.
I wish. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. And finally, number 21, 2.5, Dimensional Seduction. The second half of it was probably one of the better two cores. that came out in the season with how they handled it. Went from being like this generic, etchy with cosplay stuff like that, like My Dress Up Darling, but actual focus on the cosplay aspects of it, kind of. And then all of a sudden we get this dramatic thing with Arya's dad, Noah, like social social issues, like for being like social anxiety, stuff like that. Just coming, trying to find that passion type of thing. Okamura grew as a character, instead of just being, I'm only into 3D woman, but you find out it's like a little psychological trauma for it. Like, I kind of get it. I wish it kind of got told a little bit better at the same time, but maybe that will get explored more in season 2. But oh, that's fun. And I needed more Mikari. I hated that she took a backseat for half the season. I didn't like that. Like, I want more of her because so far I like her compared to the other 4, but that's really it. But yeah, that's why 21 Dimensional Seduction.
I missed your 25. What was your 25?
Windbreaker.
Okay. Cool.
Break up farther.
Yeah. That's right. You blow that horn. But now we are going to do our 2016. So, Chris, continue with your next 5.
All right. My number 20 is Mission Yozakura Family. I really enjoyed the going back to the roots with a classic shonen. I do wish that they focused more on the relationship between Tayo and Musumi, but other than that, it was a pretty good show. My number 19 is my fucking favorite romance. The only reason why this is not as high as I wished it would be is that it sort of does the thing that fucking what's it called? What's the other what's this other anime we were talking about? Came out with where they did 12 episodes and then they released the second season that had 12 more episodes that go inside of it.
Oh, you're talking about that was your show, Ethan. We talked about it yesterday.
Dangerous?
No, you know about the guy. His starts with an H. Horimiya.
Oh yeah, Horimiya. I loved Horimiya, but they didn't show much of the relationship and they just skipped past all the fun side adventures. It feels like this because there's like 200 chapters in this manga and I haven't even gotten into it yet, fully into it yet. But it seems like they did the same thing where they skipped through a lot of the important bits to speed through the show so they can finish within the season. I did love the characters. I love the relationship they did have. And then when the confession happened, it was great. And even showed after their relation and some of the problems with that. But I wish we could have just gotten more, and they didn't just speed through it.
What's your 19?
Gigi Harem. Pseudo Harem.
Okay.
My number 18 is Elusive Samurai. Yeah, a lot of these shows were just basically, I'm going through my list. A lot of the shows are just, man, I really wish we could have gotten more of this awesome thing. Elusive Samurai. The animation was fucking spectacular. The fight scenes were, all right. They could have, for some of the bigger ones, they could have done a little more, but that's not the entire purpose of the show. And I wish we could have just gotten a little more with what's gonna come next. My number 17 is Loner Life in Another World.
What was it?
Loner Life in Another World. Once again, I wish I could have gotten more of this. I loved Haruka. He's a great protagonist. Despite his loner tendencies, he, will go out of his way to help his classmates or people in danger. Um, uh, my number, and for my last one of this bunch, Sengoku Yoko. Uh, just like Matt, I really didn't like Jinka's uh, introduction into this, like a whole first arc. It really made me want to not continue the series. But then when Senya came in, uh, like it brought back a lot of my interest. And all I enjoyed the fights. I enjoyed the story at that point on. It even did redeem Jinka in my head after his whole
Outburst, yeah.
his whole tantrum. Um, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it, and it ended on a good note.
Right. Okay. Starman.
All right. Scroll up. I gotta scroll up a little bit. All right, man. Although I hate to do it, it is what it is at this point. Okay. My number 20 was a show that I just could not stop raving about. Me and Chris probably talked about this show every freaking week on my lunch break. I run home and I gotta watch it. I gotta see what's going on with it. I'm talking about Magical Girl and Evil Lieutenant used to be enemies. It was a cute show, like fan service, Magical Girl. It was so much like the characters, the names. Like I've never this was a show like no other. The big downfall to this show would be in my top 10 if it was longer than 9 minutes, 10 minutes an episode. That was really the only thing about it that was like I can say negative is the fact that it was that was it. It was just too it was just too short. All right. All right. So next that I have is going to be so I can get my mouse to work, right? Hold on. My mouse ain't working. All right, there we go. All right. Rama 1/2. Rama 1/2 was cool. It was cool. It was cool. It was cute. For them to pull off what they pulled off, considering it was like a reboot of an original show, it was good. It was the same issue that I have with a lot of other shows. There was not a following. Like I said, I've seen the original. So the original, it just keeps going. 12 episodes. It just felt like it stopped in the middle of something and you don't know what it is they stopped in the middle of. Number 18 is going to be My Hero Academia season 7. That was a really, really good season. But after you got Dark Deku and everything going around, everything just kind of felt drawn out. They never really got anywhere, right? They never really got anywhere. There were no big surprises left. It's just you kind of want to see what happens. It's like, bro, wrap this shit up. I'm ready to get to the last season because it's kind of like what Bleach did that I didn't like. It's like, okay, these fights are getting too drawn out. Like, let's get it. Like, let's go. But it was still a good season nonetheless. It's everything. I just do need to tell y'all everything from 26 up is 8 out of 10. Matter of fact, everything 27 up is an 8 out of 10 or higher, right? So this is an 8 out of 10. All right, I'm almost done, man. Number 17 was one of my favorite ones. That was Elusive Samurai. Elusive Samurai, it looked good. It was fun. It was exciting. I love the characters. I love the opening theme. I love the ending theme. Like that show was dope. But like Chris said, what else? Like, and plus I can't get over that CGI, man. That CGI in there was just gross. Like, for as good as the animation looked, the CGI just at certain times was just gross. It's just like, bro, come on. And I guess that's why they shouldn't rush for a season 2, because I can tell they maxed out the budget in the first episode, and then it kind of went down a little bit, but we didn't complain because it was awesome. Last but not least, number 16 is Gushing Over Magical Girls. Gushing Over Magical Girls was ecchi comedy, and it was hilarious. It was fun. Had one of my favorite antagonists in it. who was also a pro tag, Chris. We don't, I got you. No, it was dope. It was just, it's one of those shows like I can recommend it to you. If you into that shit, I can tell you, watch it, check it out. It's fun, it's dope, it's raunchy, it's debaucherous, it's disgustingly bad, but in a good way. You definitely don't want your partner or your mom or your dad or cousin walking in awkwardly if they're not into this shit, because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you watching?" But that's why I like it. It was a super guilty pleasure. Like I was laughing out loud, feeling like, yo, I felt so guilty watching it because it was like, yo, this shit is like, I couldn't explain it. I couldn't explain it. If anybody was just like, you watch this, I'd have like, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, man, that's it, man. Magical Girl, Rama, My Hero, Lucifer Samurai, Gushing Over Magical Girls, all 8 out of 10s.
All right, Ethan.
I'm still altering my list as I go around. So many different like variations. I've probably done like another like 3 or 4.
Oh, hold on. If you did 3 or 4 after the first 2, that's 5.
5 or 6.
Oh snap! He's already at 6.
All right.
Damn, we should have. Damn, I'm glad we
We
put
should have
no
put money
on,
on.
boy.
This is where our budget would have gone.
What? I'd have lost that. I should have put higher.
Yeah, well.
Ethan, no, we just really we cooking so much that you got to keep adjusting.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, and Chris, I am like dumb. I am pretty much like first season Yakuza family. Like Yoko, Hulu was doing that, Disney doing that dumb shit where they dubbed season 1 part 1 but not part 2, and I'm like, why?
So what the fuck?
That is what the fuck.
I'm leaving a lot of the dubs alone for this new winter season, just to let y'all know that shit is just, it's
Like
too, I can't do it. Crunchyroll,
Yeah.
They were 3 weeks behind this past season on a lot of dubs. Like Bleach
Yeah,
is 4 weeks
I'm
behind.
still waiting for fucking Fairy Tail to finish.
Talking about dub, man, I watched the last 4 episodes in Japanese because it was just like, bro, I had to rank it.
Yeah.
I had to rank it so I could put it on my list. So I was just like, bro, I have to put this on my list. So I have to see how this ends. And yeah, I just switched to subs, man. But it's
I mean, that's the whole that Funimation left when they got bought out, because Funimation was the king of dubs.
I've been posting all those Crunchyroll reports in the chat. Like, you got to read these reports from the people that work there, bro. It's you got people who don't care about, or interested in anime running an anime company who refuse to hire anime fans.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. Our awards are better than Crunchyroll awards. Facts.
Basically, it's true.
Absolutely. Ethan, what you got, man?
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, starting from number 20, Bartender, Gift of God, whatever the hell the rest of it.
God, yeah.
That's a God, yeah. It's just Bartender. I enjoy the anime very much. It was very much what you got. It was what you got. And it wasn't bad at all. Like Matt said, it just caters to the people that enjoy alcohol. You know, if you want to make a drink, you can learn a thing or two. It goes over like drinking history and things like that for the drinks. It was really awesome. I think the story was just okay. The overarching story I thought was just okay. It wasn't anything critical. But I don't think truly I think they put more effort into the way that they presented craft bartending, especially the Japanese way of craft bartending, more than they did the story. Like I said, the story was okay, but I just felt like I wish I would have gotten a heavier story. I think, like, you know, the importance of bartenders. There's a line from the show that always sticks with me. That in the line, I believe, I'm paraphrasing, but I believe the line is something along the lines of, a dying man only wants to see 2 people on for his last person, or something along those lines. He wants to see a priest and he wants to see a bartender. And I think that's a very poignant line in terms of, you know, how drinking is, you know, very much as it can be fun, it can also be very depressing and lean on those darker sides. So I think I would have appreciated it if it had a little bit of a darker side, but nonetheless, I still enjoyed it for what it was. Number 19 for me, Spice and Wolf. Another show that I enjoyed very much. Solo and Kraft were really good together. I thought the principle that Dawn had said.
We're gonna fight. Keep going.
We're gonna fight.
Yeah, I thought the principal show, like, if you look at it as an economics anime, I think is very different, and something that helped me really embrace the show was like that economic side from that piece. So I enjoyed that as well. I think honestly, I would have enjoyed, because I never saw the original. I've only seen this one, and I think from my perspective, I think it would have been nicer to see them get a little bit closer. They more or less have confirmed their feelings, but no one has been like, oh, like, I like you, let's get married, let's be an official couple, you're my girlfriend, something like that. I would have wanted to maybe see that, because they keep teetering on the line of like, are they together? Are they not? They're basically together. They're always together, but they're not officially a couple, like those type of things. And also, I would have liked to have seen like
The,
maybe.
the OG doesn't do that. It does the same ambiguous lines that they teeter back and forth.
I get tired. I get tired of ambiguity. It's just, I get tired of it. The other thing I would have probably liked to see from the show as well is what happened to Doitsu, right? I would have liked to know what happened to
Who?
their what?
Exactly.
What? That don't make no sense.
He's saying who? Like what exactly?
I meant to say Yoitsu, not Doitsu. Doitsu is Germany and in
Oh,
Japan.
Yoitsu. Oh, but bro, come on! You talking about the final destination that they're trying to get to?
I would have liked to have seen like a flashback or something like that would have like triggered, or maybe like some sort of like maybe a tale that was like exaggerated that's not entirely true, but there's a baseline to it.
You mean
Something
about the bear?
About the town. Like, are there remnants? Like, there was a great bear, but like
That's the mystery. That's what they have to.
Yeah, you're trying to
give me
spoil
a
the
tiny
ending.
glimpse. Give me a tiny glimpse of something, is what I'm saying.
Bro, do you know how many chapters and books this light novel has?
I don't.
Volumes. This shit has like over a dozen volumes. It's
I don't.
long. We
I
scratched
only
like
get this off the anime. And
You
the anime
barely
was so
scratched.
good.
we only scratched a couple of volumes, dog. Like
I still enjoy it. I didn't. I'm not hating on it. I'm just telling you pieces that, from an anime only perspective. That's what I'm saying. Okay, moving on. Number 18,
I'm off
Bleach.
the hook.
Huh?
Nothing going.
Number 18, Bleach, Core 3 of Thousand Year Blood War. I'm pretty much sick and tired of them pulling fucking ass grabs out their ass. I've hit that limit where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. It's just so out the blue, random. Like, give me more. You know what I'm saying? Give me something that's more tangible, something that's more like.
Oh, but what I say, everyone loses their fucking mind. I see.
No, I finally joined your side. I said it on the podcast.
I see you now.
3 of Blood War was weaker than the first 2 parts. They ran out of like,
and it has progressively gotten weaker. It had its cool moments, but it just, at times I was just like, oh, get the fuck out of here. I made the comparison in our group chat. I was like, no, this is like JoJo, like it's not as bad as JoJo, and it's not as cool as JoJo, but it's just like JoJo, where it's like, oh, you think you got me? Nope, you don't got me yet. I got this incredible move. Oh, your incredible move wasn't enough to beat me. I got this incredible move.
You know what makes that shit awesome? When motherfuckers get washed. That's the problem. Ain't nobody getting washed. They keep getting back up, and it keeps going on and on. It's like, nah, man, y'all.
Even the villain, that fucking that golden bird,
bro. When the Viking dude, when the like Valkyrie dude got like his head chopped off, I was like, oh hell yeah, he just got washed. I was so excited, but then he got back up, and it's another fight, and I'm like, no, somebody got to get washed. I need somebody to just washed, bro. You done? Yeah.
They did that fabulously in season 1. Where they offed so many characters.
Yeah, you just got washed.
A little bit less, but they still did a great job.
That's what makes action anime good. When people get washed, somebody got to get washed.
Yeah, so I still enjoyed it for everything that it provides: solid musical composition, amazing animation. It's still classics. It's still Ichigo. And then the other thing also was like, we knew there's no way Uryu was gonna officially like stay on the dark side.
Thank you.
That's another thing. Like, it was like, oh come on, like you saw it a mile away, and it was just like,
bro, really. Yeah.
The turn meant really nothing.
He's done this before. That's the thing that get me. He did this in the original Bleach series, bro. He done switched up before.
Yeah.
In the original Quincy art, he switched up. So I'm like, bro, come on. Yeah. And y'all keep falling for it. Y'all literally seen this man do this shit before. Y'all just gonna fall for it again. Not giving me Grimmjow ain't gonna change the fact that I done seen this before.
Yeah. I want to see more Aizen though. I'll give him that.
I want to see more Nail, but yeah, I got you.
Especially adult form now. Adult form now.
Any other kind of Nail we care about?
Yeah.
Some people like baby now.
Continue.
Get out.
Man. Number 17, My Hero season 7. I enjoyed it very much. Is it as good as some of the other My Hero seasons? No, but it was still very solid. I think also what didn't help is what Matt and I would constantly talk about with the show is that like we knew that it wasn't going to end, but everything they set up, like it's going to end, but knowing it wasn't was just kind of ridiculous from that perspective. And I was like, oh, all right, now we got one more season. And then the whole cop out with Bakugo not dying the way he looked like he was going to die. That was also kind of lame from that piece. So still a solid show though. And then number 16 for me, Tower of God season 2. Yeah, the first half started slow, but the second half really picked up. I enjoy Tower of God for the mystery aspect of it. I enjoy seeing long hair Bam. I don't like short hair Bam. Short hair Bam looks like a child, and now he looks like a grown up child even more. I wish Bam would have kept his long hair. It gave him a little bit more of an edge as well. But nonetheless, it was still nice to see him reunite. The struggle to bring him back to the good side, to overcome Fug. The way that they set up everything was really nice. Rahel is still a piece of shit. Still want to see the worst happen to her, but they're slow burning that, and that's going to make her come up. It's even more satisfying. So, I enjoyed this season very much. I just hope we don't have to wait like 3 years before we get another Tower of God season 3. So,
Which is crazy because when you even look at it on MAL, like it's not a steep drop off, but season 1 is like a 7.5, and season 2 is like a 6.8 or something. It's like
really,
yeah,
I enjoyed season 2 almost as much as season 1. I don't think it should
yeah.
have dropped off at all, quite frankly.
Well, 6.9. Yeah, it dropped. It dropped like 5 spaces.
I don't see how it's not above a 7 anime as a whole. I gave this for sure a 7 out of 10.
Okay, number 20, Many Sides of Voice Actor Radio. I really enjoyed this. I like the drama aspect. I said it was my favorite drama for the year last night, and I still stand by that. It's just more of I liked everything else better. I like the characters. Don't call it a Yuri anime and not really be Yuri, except for just tick grabbing. But I'm sure it is in the manga an actual Yuri, but who knows if we're even gonna get any more on that. You're just teasing it. So that one just is annoying, just false advertising. But I wish I had a little bit more with the voice acting side of it. It was like just more like with Oshinoko with the entertainment industry, which they did a little bit more of that with the voice acting as well. But I still enjoy it. I love the ED too. It's one of my favorites for this year. Number 19, Mashal Magic Muscle season 2. It's just, as Starman said, it's just top competition. I really liked it. If there were some that were downgraded, it probably would have jumped up a lot more. But I just like everything else better. I'm still along for the ride. I like the reveal of Mashal's father being like the main antagonist. Is how they did that, and the fight with the Gandalf looking person, the headmaster. that was awesome. Still funny. It wasn't as funny as season 1, but I still got a couple of laughs out of it. The action is always great, and still probably one of my favorite. Yeah, the OP. I love my favorite OP, and still one of my favorite soundtracks. I like how they mix the hip hop in with the background to make it this is really fucking cool. So that is 19 for Mashal. Number 18, Grandpa and Grandma turn young again. I really enjoyed it. Slice of life. I liked the concept of that golden apple. Like it's not like you're not immortal type of thing. You do turn young, and there sometimes in the dream, that hourglass will flip. You'll be old for a bit. It really depends on how it goes. And once they find out, like the grandfather had 1 year to live, and the grandma only had a week when she passed out, he offered to have his life. So that way they can go both go at the same time. And how they did that was really bittersweet because I really kind of didn't expect them to show them dying. I thought it'd be something like off screen or this is not gonna happen. You just seem alive like that final minute before the credits roll. But no, like they knew what they were doing and it was nicely done. So thank you for that. 17, Sumer Show or Elementary Wife. I really hated the title they went with, If My Wife Was an Elementary School Student, because I feel like that prevented a lot of people from watching it. Especially if you're like one of those gatekeeping people that you're not like you don't want to hear it, Angel. But
I didn't want to hear it. I'm not a gatekeeper as he is.
yeah, like but once you actually get to what it's actually about, it's really good. It's not perfect, but as I said before, I had as someone who lost someone recently, and
that title just straight up was like, nope.
yeah, that was my main gripe. If that didn't happen, I guarantee more people would have talked about
Probably,
it.
I absolutely believe you because I was like, when I was like, oh man, this like damn, this pretty cool, and then like the synopsis didn't help with the title. I was like, oh no, bro, no.
Pass. Yep.
Yeah, if it did go that way, it would have been an immediate drop. But I'm really glad it didn't. Especially when I saw the drama part as a title. Like, okay, it's that. And I'm glad it wasn't a reincarnation; it was a possession. So that made it better. Like trying to move on. Like they want like let go of that. They can move on. They'll be fine.
Oh, so she didn't get Detective Conan?
No, Detective Conan.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was like, oh, somebody made her. Okay, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
well, you thought she was gonna transform back to her adult body that her childhood form.
I mean, I guess. I just thought, by the end, he was just like, my wife, we can't do adult stuff no more, but I still love her. Let me take you to the playground.
She's gonna go along with her.
Take you to McDonald's after. Get your kids meal.
No, she drinking a beer. No, I would see. Don't let me do anime like that because I'll be debaucherous. Like, bro, she would be drinking beer. She would be like watching like movies she wants.
She'd be like Mikey from Tokyo Revengers.
Which, bro, right?
Or Ken fucking living in a brothel and seeing shit at like 10.
So, oh my god. And number 16, Ranma Half. It was just fun. I like the kung fu. I just liked everything else better. I like the ED, like the animation of it. I really like the characters. I am looking forward to more when season 2 comes around. I'm not sure it's gonna be this year or later on next year, but it's a fun thing. Nothing like write home about, but we're in a time that we are getting really solid reboots, remakes, whatever you want to call it, and they've been solid. So I'm hoping that that threshold keeps going on into whatever we get this year or next year ordeal. So yeah, keep it up. All right, this is going to be the last time we are doing our fives together, which is number 15 to 11. So you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
But before I start, I fucking just learned that Holic is still going. The fucking Clamp series.
Like
what?
Holic.
Yeah, XXX Holic.
Triple X Holic is what they used to call it, but it's Holic. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that series was still fucking going. I thought it ended with
Talking about the manga?
Yeah.
I knew the manga was ongoing. I thought you was about to tell me there was an anime out that I haven't seen that I was going to be like, what the fuck? When?
No,
Where?
I also discovered that they had a live action movie come out 3 years ago.
Yeah. I remember that.
It's trash.
Okay.
No, Holic was legit, man. I love Clamp though.
Yeah, Clamp's great.
Yeah, man. Clamp's wonderful.
But getting back to this list, my number 15, Spice and Wolf. I really love the series. I really love coming back to the series. My only major gripe with this is the fact that it wasn't dual core. Not dual core, simuldub. I had to wait fucking
2 weeks.
weeks to watch the dub.
That is a sin.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if it was a Simo dub, I would have watched it in a dub.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would.
How much of a chore it was to like post a thread for this show and just have to
And
wait
going back and forth.
watch the episode that I just threaded. I would literally just bro. I would literally fast forward 10 minutes, blank. Let me just grab this picture. I screenshot, won't post it. 2 weeks later, I'm actually gonna watch the episode. If y'all go back and look at the threads, y'all would notice after I watched the dub, I would change my thread pick to a more appropriate pick. Y'all didn't catch that, but I did that all season.
I don't even think I'm on the top. The cake.
Yeah, because you don't use Facebook. Otherwise, we would definitely use you for threads. In a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go with that far, but I don't even think I'm on the page
You're not.
for the yeah.
Whoa.
My number 14 is Konosuba season 3. I really love the change in how the story went instead of just going. It was just more like internal kingdom shenanigans than fucking dealing with demon lord shenanigans. And Sirius Cosma was like a great fight, showing his like what he can actually do. If he's when he actually tries. My number 13 is Train to the End of the World. I really enjoyed the adventure. I love the characters. The world building could have been like expanded on, but not much you can do when you're an original with only 12 episodes to show what you got.
Right.
Number 12 is Nier Automata. Great adaptation. I still wish they just gave us the full version of fucking
Give us what we want. Release the cut. Release the Snyder cut.
Yes. My number 11 is 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Like you said earlier, Matt, it is just basically what is it fucking called? Dress Up Darling. I did enjoy that it was more than just like a romance. Well, not it wasn't focusing. How am I explaining this?
It was more than just an ecchi harem show.
Yes. It was more than ecchi. There was actual drama. And the characters were fun. I enjoyed it, and it's not. And the characters aren't making a single dude make every single piece of cosplay. Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree with those weren't bad placements at all, Chris. That was I feel you. Like some of those I'm like, but I feel you. All right, guys. This is when the smoke starts to clear. All right, 15. 15 was Kimi no Todoke season 3. Netflix picked it up after a 10-year hiatus. We got a third season, picks up right where season 2 left off. I tried the dub, thought it was okay, but I went back and watched the sub because that's how I watched the original. I just didn't care to like jump into new voices 2 seasons in, but I did want to see at least how it sound. I do applaud Netflix for like doing that because I think fans who are like casual or new to anime are gonna gravitate to just watching something in English, because I kind of learned that when I was over my uncle's house and they were watching this movie about this island that was gonna get a tidal wave, and they were watching that shit in English, and I'm like, how can you like whatever, bro? I don't get it. I don't do that with live action, but that's besides the point. Kimi no Todoke was a good romance anime that focused on emotional relationships, self, how you feel about yourself, being honest with yourself, and it was I don't know, it was really like not chill because it was really like hot and intense at times, but it was just really like authentic. It felt like really realistic. It didn't feel like it was just something like a high school drama. It was like people you know, one guy was playing hot and then he was cold and he didn't know how to read the feelings. He didn't know how to lead, and the girl wanted to be better, but she couldn't, like, you know, I don't know. Everybody was all over the place with their emotions. And it really just it took me back to a time where that's how it really was. Next on my list is going to be 14, A Sign of Affection. Signs of Affection is 14. Signs of Affection was my favorite romance of the entire year. I, for one, liked Yuki relationship with Isuomi. I liked the whole. They were adults. They were adults. They were college students. They were adults. Isuomi traveled the world, and Yuki was just a pretty girl who was like in a bird cage, and her parents was just like, you're disabled, we got to keep you close. She's like, Mom and Dad, I'm in college, I really want to hang out with friends, I want to drink beer, I want to party, trust me. And they gave her that trust, and she went out into the world, and she caught she caught the eyes of this super attractive. I like what they did with the lips. I like what they did with the drama. They went to Costco. I just thought the whole thing was cool. Like, it showed they had to communicate in sign language. It was very challenging for them to localize that, dub it. It was just so much work went into that show, and it just really made me appreciate like every character, how relationships can really be, and you know, the growth that you have to take when you really want to be with someone. I really just like how everything just felt like adults. It wasn't this, we're in class, I love you. You know, it was a love at first. It was love at first sight with work. You know, and I like that.
Two things: one, she didn't drink at all in the series, and two, I don't recall seeing her dad in the series.
I mean, you know, her parents, bro. Like, she got parents.
I thought it was only her mom. Maybe the dad was like
Hey,
forever
man.
with her. He's just like, nope, I can't deal with a deaf girl. I'm gonna go to the store and never come back.
Oh man, you so cold. All right. Number 13 is Train to the End of the World. 13, Train to the End of the World. This was like one of the best originals I have seen, period. It was fun. It was dope. It was cute. Cute girls doing cute things. It was funny. I'm still not over the mushroom episode. Still, it's something about anime and mushrooms. They always get it right. That anime was just fun. You got to the end and it was a little wonky towards the end, but there were fight scenes. There were fights at the end, and it was just hilarious. Like, this anime was just funny. It was a fun adventure. There's nothing bad I can really say about this show. Considering the competition of the shows I'm going to name past it, this show is a fantastic 8 out of 10. You should absolutely watch it. All right. Number 12. Number 12 is a personal favorite of mine. This show, I don't see how it ranked as high as it did. It's probably what a lot of people are going to be gassing me about, but I don't care. I love this anime. I felt it was one of the sleepers. This was the biggest sleeper of the entire, like, this was damn near the biggest sleeper of the entire, like, year. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I could take my time practicing my magical ability. Straight up fun. Fun, OP main character. Didn't give a fuck. Had a demon for a hand. Cute little demon goat hand. Turned to a goat. I don't know. This guy was just fighting real demons, and he was like washing them. And then he got to this one fight that he really had to try. But he was OP. So I love a good Isekai with an OP character, and I think this is one of the better ones. You should absolutely check it out. It's an 8 out of 10. And last but not least, number 11 in this batch, before we get to the top 10, is Go Loser Rangers. Oh man, sorry. Go Loser Rangers, man. I enjoyed, like, the Power Rangers being the bad guys. This was straight up the boys. The backstories that you get on all the Senshi, like all the Rangers, their backstories. The big twist that we got with Pink was like, oh man, that shit blew me a fucking way. And then you got these sleeper agents who are trying to take them down from the inside, who were just there. It's just so many surprises, the espionage, and then you get one of these monsters who becomes loose, and you're cheering for the bad guys. You're like, no, we're cheering for the bad guys because the monsters are shit and the Rangers are shit. And we just like, bro, everybody's a terrible person in this anime. And I didn't expect for it to turn to like the Squid Game type trial job interview shit that they had going on. I thought that was pretty damn dope. So hell yeah, man. Those are my middle of the roads. Yeah, man. I can't wait for a season 2 of pretty much all of those. If I do get one, it'll be a great day.
All right, Ethan. What you got for us?
All right. Number 15 is a show that I know now. Obviously, I was going to be in Sean's top 10, but for me, it's only 15. I just enjoyed shows like ahead a little bit better, or more. I'm talking about Ragnar Crimson. So Ragnar Crimson, great action throughout. There was some fair bits of comedy as well. I don't. There's just when I think of Ragnar Crimson, I think of the awesome moments and how they elevate the show. For me, though, there was just something about it. I don't know, maybe because it's on High Dive or something. I don't know. Just something felt just ever so slightly amiss, where I could never really be like, "Yo, oh my god!" Even though I did that a bunch of times, but like as an overarching series, there was something about it I just couldn't like put past. But overall, though, the show is still really good. A lot of grisly death, which is awesome. A lot of character progression, gave us full 24 episodes. It was a continuous core, so that was very helpful as well from that perspective, as we talk about cores and such. So I still enjoyed it very much. I would like to see a season 2. Hopefully they come out with a season 2, and we'll go from there. But yeah, Ragnar Crimson is number 15. Number 14, after I lowered it, and I continuously lowered it. I had this show as high as like 8 or 9. No, I had it at 9, and I lowered it down to 14 since you guys first started talking about it. I'm talking about Wistoria. Wistoria, to me, I missed the Mashal beat, so I didn't see the real Harry Potter anime. To me, this was the Harry Potter anime. For me, I enjoyed it very much. I thought the battle scenes were excellent. The animation was superb. Musical composition was solid. When I think of Will, I think, yeah, like I said, we've said, he has his flaws as a main character, but I still enjoyed the ride that we got with Will. Him being badass was always tremendous, and the way that he's shown, especially in the later episodes, was tremendous. I thought he was a premier example of what someone like an Asta could have been, but I think he's better than Asta, at least early on, not overarching, but like early on in the series, I think he's better than Asta from that perspective. So yeah, I just enjoyed Will very much. I enjoyed the fight scenes.
You put Colette over Noelle.
I did. I still do. Number 13 is a show I only put at 13 because I know season 2 is going to be fucking even better than season 1. And I'm talking about Soul. I enjoyed every bit of it. I hear the critiques that you guys were saying in terms of it, in terms of like the episode 1 should have been an hour. There should have been no recap. Had they not done that, I would have easily put this at like 5. I think it had just done that alone, I would have put it at 5. But because of that, I felt it was a little bit, I felt it's good where it's at because I want to give it room to grow. I think you want to like the Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan season 1 is always the worst season of the bunch, and every season got better and better and better. And it was like literally like 3 stars, then 4 stars, and then 5, 5, 5, 5. Just tremendously amazing. So I want to give it a little bit of room to grow, and starting with how season 2 went in this episode 1 started out phenomenal. So I have full anticipation that this is going to be one of the high rankers in 2025 for me.
Sorry to interrupt. You got to take that, bro. Nah, bro. I can't let that slide.
What?
Will Surfer over Asta. In no world is that appropriate to say.
Early on, yeah.
What you mean early?
Will is a billion times less annoying than Asta is. Off rip. That immediately to me makes him better because he's far and away less annoying.
No shit, bro. You can't talk to Asta any kind of way. He gonna hit you in the face. Will gonna be like, I'm sorry, and just put his fucking goggles on and go. Asta gonna hit you in the face with that motherfucker.
He's gonna go square up. Square up, we ball.
Take your shirt off and square up, bro. He ain't like, bro, come on. Asta, bro, there is no way that you telling me that this 12 episode shit is, man, it's not even.
If you gave me 12 episodes, the first 12 episodes of Black Clover and the first 12 episodes of Wisteria, I'm taking Wisteria in the first 12.
Oh,
That's what
wait, hold on. I think I see what he's saying, but I need to offer an
The cataract.
alternative. First 12 episodes of Naruto or first 12 episodes of My Hero?
first 12 of My Hero.
first 12 of My Hero. Well, let me start off with this. I didn't see OG Naruto until after I saw Shippuden. So I'm taking first 12 episodes of Shippuden over My Hero. But if you're talking OG Naruto first, as it should be, yeah,
I think I might take Naruto. Hold on, they had them exams. I don't know, bro. But at the same time, there was just so much build up. Even with Black Clover, like the build up, it was like it's a different show.
No. My question, my reasoning was is it because he finds Asa annoying? If so, does he not find Naruto annoying in the same way?
Not as much. I think Will's a better early on. Will's a better character than Naruto was. Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Well, no, Will's a better character than Deku was for sure, but not like Naruto and Asa are the two I compare.
To me, Naruto's infinitely better.
Asta
yells. From an annoying standpoint.
Asta yells, bro. I get it, but Will is just like I don't know, bro. You like who you like, dog.
Said that. This is something I said on the podcast in the past. When we
we know, bro. I just hearing it again just kind of just made me.
This is like, this is the Black Clover.
Hey, Mac, how you doing?
It's the Black Clover equivalent, and I agree. This is the.
This is not the Black Clover. See, you can't be
like
saying
there are similarities. Similarities
like that, bro. No, there is no
similarities.
There are no similarities, bro. Main dude.
You said Mashall's Harry Potter and One Punch Man. It's not
every season you find you bro. I swear, Matt, am I wrong? For like the past 3 seasons, Ethan says this is the Harry Potter of anime. This is the Harry Potter of anime. You always find the fucking Harry Potter of anime.
You did that? Yeah, you did that with Spellblades too.
Yeah,
Spellblades was your shit. You was such a Spellblade dick. Then you get all the way to the damn show and you want to be like, nah, bro, I'm putting that.
Yeah, the end let me down. The end let me down. And then I seen pieces of Mashal.
So what was better? Was Story or Spellblades?
Story, easy. Because again, to me, Wisteria didn't really wane. I got what I got every week. I was like, "Yo, this is fucking lit."
Watch Mashal, dog. Watch Mashal.
It's on my list. I've gone through the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Watch School Days, man.
What's a real rom-com?
The real ones, though.
You will love. You like. Sorry to interrupt, bro. You would love School Days. It ain't got nothing to do.
Yes, you would.
You would love
romance.
I probably would.
And when he gets to like a shit supernatural, I'll tell him, no, man. If you want a real supernatural, a real slice of life, fucking watch School Live. Don't look it up.
Yes.
Don't look it up.
Watch School Live.
Don't look it up. Just watch it blind.
Just watch it.
Oh my god. All right, moving on. Number 12 was a show that impressed me a lot. Again, it wasn't one of those ones that I was like overly hyped like you guys, but apparently I've ranked it higher than several of you guys, which is shocking enough. I'm talking about Elusive Samurai. It took me a second to like warm up to it, but I think obviously what sold me again, Grizzly Death, Takayuki, shining in his own way, being unique. I thought he was a very interesting character from that perspective. Really
You just like that Buddha scene.
Nah, that shit
that was deadly though. I will say. No,
the Buddha scene was wild. Oh no,
get some alcohol would have been.
I thought he said booty, and I thought he was talking about like with the priest wanting to get BDSM. I was like, no, that was weird.
No. That wasn't
Buddha.
He used the Princess Peach move.
I think that's everybody's chief complaint with the show. They wanted more of the villain. We could have gotten more villain, and the damn cat again.
Yeah, it was too damn short.
It was too short. Definitely could have used more.
That cat.
That cat.
No, cat. Time, not the cat. I accidentally refreshed the page.
Damn.
You're the cat now.
I am the cat.
I am the cat now.
I am the cat. No, but I still enjoy Elusive Samurai very much. Again, Grizzly Death definitely sold me.
And I enjoy period pieces, anything that's like a period piece, and they do a pretty decent job of sticking, even though it is fiction to a large degree. They still incorporate a lot of elements of actual Japanese history into the show, and a lot of the things involved with record keeping and religion and things like that. All are period accurate and make a lot of sense to what was actually like in that feudal Japan era. So I appreciate that very much. The colors are vivid. The animation to me was hit or miss. Like there are times where the animation was absolutely stupendous, and then there were times when it was fine, nothing wrong with it, but I wasn't blown away. The CGI that Sean always talks about, that was a miss. I think CGI. I think the best CGI show to this day so far is Trigun, and no one has topped it. And I don't know when the fuck anybody will top it, because Trigun's CGI was fucking superb.
It's never been that high. Keep going.
And that's not to me and Matt. We love the fuck out of Trigun. But no. So number 12, Lucid Samurai. Definitely looking forward to season 2 when they drop that. And number 11 is a show I wanted to put higher, and I haven't. Although I might make a live switch right now. I'm gonna make a live switch right now.
So that's
I'm making a live switch right now.
Is this 8?
Bro, I'm glad we were not taking shots for every time he switched, bro. We would be fucked up by the time we got to top 10.
Probably fucking would be. Yep. You're gonna love the show that I've been bumping up as a result. You're gonna love the show.
I don't believe you.
All right, when I get to
it's probably gonna be Spice and Wolf.
I already said Spice Wolf 19. No, when I get to number 9, you're gonna love it. Okay, number 11 for me is Demon Slayer. I still enjoy the fuck out of Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is always going to be tremendous to me. It's going to be the bomb, the bee's knees. It always manages to blow my mind, Chris.
Good.
But no, Demon Slayer, it was really solid. It was yeah, there we go. It was interesting early on, and then it was okay. Nothing tremendous, but it was still really it was really solid in the middle. And then of course that finale was absolutely tremendous. I think Demon Slayer does a great job every season at minimum of upping its finales. And I think that season 3's finale was probably the best finale that they've come up with since season 1. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Season 2's was really good as well from that perspective, but season 3 season 3, wait, is it season 3 or season 4 now? I don't even remember.
Season 4.
It's season 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I put season 3. Oops. Yeah, season 4. Yeah, season 4 way better than season 3's finale, and I thought season 3 finale
bullshit. Ain't no way Nezuko walking out in the motherfucking sun. Like, dog, come on. For Nezuko walking into the sun.
That was the best moment they've ever created.
And it was the last moment.
Everything leading up to it though was great, but this, the finale to this, was fucking tremendous to me. So anyway, Demon Slayer always will continue on with the best animation, one of the best animations point blank in the game. A1 Picture, or sorry, not A1, Ufotable spends all their bank. They produce no other anime in God knows how long except Demon Slayer, and it shows. I can only imagine if they had other good anime, how Demon Slayer would drop from
the great series. Anyway,
when was the last time they produced that though?
I mean, if it weren't for the Fate series, you get no Demon Slayer. Who you think laid the groundwork for it?
That's fine, but they haven't produced an anime since they started producing Demon Slayer. They're
doing Fate Strange Fate.
But now that Demon Slayer is wrapping up. They literally caught lightning in a bottle with Demon Slayer and was like, no, we're riding this. We're milking this motherfucker for everything. And they made bank off it. And they put everything else to the back burner. And now that they're wrapping up Demon Slayer, they're like, all right, let's revisit the other show that was the genesis of a Demon Slayer, which is the Fate series. Outside of Fate and Demon Slayer, I don't know jack shit Ufotable's fucking known for.
Yeah, they're not doing the new Fate series. They got a Genshin Impact series they're doing.
Yeah, they're waiting for Demon Slayer to finish up.
They're not gonna do a Genshin Impact.
My nephew will love the fuck out of Genshin Impact because he plays that shit like a motherfucker.
Genshin Impact series would be dope.
I'm gonna watch it, but even so. Anyway, point blank, Demon Slayer was solid. Season 4 was really solid. It's always going to rank high as far as I'm concerned. I still enjoyed every moment, even if it wasn't like, oh my God, drop dead amazing, like season 3 and season 2 were in season 1. So, yeah, number 11, Demon Slayer.
All right. Number 15, Elusive Samurai. I really enjoyed it, but I did wish we had more of the antagonists. I as much as I liked the comedy aspect of it, there were also certain times that they came up at the wrong places. Like this was not the time for it. It's like with the Marvel movies where you're about to die and you do a little quip like no, like that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Like bad timing of it. The CGI horse, that was like sometimes the CGI did work, but there were other times that it did not. The first episode was probably one of the better premieres for the year for sure, especially with that one scene near the end with how well it was animated. Still visually pretty. I do enjoy the characters. It's a feudal kids next door, like I said before, with the kids versus the adults. But with murder, hooray! But I have fun. I'm really excited. Murder. But I'm really looking forward to season 2. I cannot wait. Number 14, Oshinoko season 2. I just liked everything else better, and it's like with Jujutsu Kaisen or Tokyo Revengers. Like, well, it's gonna be as good as it gets because when you get to the end, it's gonna fucking suck. So just hop off right now. Just stop while you can. You can do it. I believe in you. The drama was nice, but I didn't think I still preferred stuff that happened in season 1 with the stuff that went on with Akane almost unaliving herself. Just learning more about the entertainment industry that one. I think I got a little bit more detail on that. Season 2, you kind of did, but at the same time, something just went But I still liked it. I just liked everything else better. I get why people would put it on their probably their number 1, hint hint, wink wink nudge nudge, or in their top 5 in general. But like I said, good, but not like my favorite. We'll see what happens. How they gonna do season 3? Number 13, Konosuba season 3. Very fun. Sometimes the serious moments did work. I liked when Kazuma and Chris teamed up. The whole thing with the castle. The Aqua is still funny. Megumin, Aqua, Darkness. We got a little bit more focus on Darkness this time around with the arranged marriage or whatever you want to call it, with the deaths and everything. I still prefer seasons 1 and 2 in the movie for sure, but this is definitely better than the Megumin spinoff. But as much as I like the character, like maybe not everyone deserves their own solo show, and that was definitely one of them. Number 12, Spice and Wolf. I really liked it. I didn't see the original. I do regret that, but I'm glad I was able to see the remake at least. I do wish it was a single dub. I definitely would have watched this in dub. Especially after hearing those clips, like, man, I kind of want to go back and watch the whole thing dub. I might do that for when I watch the original version. But I like the adventure aspect of it, the traveling, get to see more about these towns, how business worked in that time, and the economics of it, merchants, and I love the chemistry of Hollow and Lawrence. I can't wait to see more of that flourish when we get more of it. I don't know when it's probably be about a couple of years, but I'm very excited. So yeah, number 12, Spice and Wolf, and number 11, Girls Band Cry. This one and number 10, they're about the same with the ranking and all that, but I just like the other one a little bit more. I'll get to them when we get to number 10. But I loved it. Loved how it was animated with the CG and everything. They expressed the emotion very well, like the drama of it. You get to learn a little bit more about the band. The ending did kind of turn me off of it. with how they're hyping up like this. It was going to be like this big battle thing with the rival band, and turns out it was just a technicality type of thing. He got to perform though, but after that, it's just how do you end it like that? Like what happens next? And you don't get that in their little while the credits are rolling, they're talking. You really don't get more of what's going to happen now, especially when there is no season 2 announcement. So if we even get one at this point, we'll see. But on that, I like the drama. I like the music. Very fun. So I have no complaints. So yeah, number 11, Girls Band Cry. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we're now going to go just do individually for ones. So that is now the final 10. So guys, are you ready?
Yep.
You did Triple H very bad there. You're supposed to do it.
I was not. I'm not doing that.
Are you ready?
Nah.
So, for the thousands that may watch this show and the tens watching it,
Well, those
let's get ready to give our top 10 anime of the year. And if you're not, we got 2 words for you.
Fuck off.
Pirated.
Yeah, that.
yes.
So Chris, number 10.
My number 10 is Apothecary Diaries. I really enjoyed Mao Mao.
All right.
It brought me like good drama while having like the mystery aspect in it with Mao Mao figuring out cases. It's a great thing we're getting season 2 next season.
This week.
No, this week. That's even better.
So Friday.
But yeah, this was a good show. Not much I could really change from it. And it's a good thing we're getting the more of this. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Number 10, Apothecary Diaries.
Apothecary Diaries. Oh man, last season I waited on the dub to like watch it. This season I'm not gonna watch it at all. No, I'm just skipping it. I'm not even watching season 2, bro.
Are you serious?
Season 1 was a chore, bro. I forced myself to watch it because of y'all. It was a chore. I didn't enjoy Apothecary Diaries. I thought it was cool. I didn't hate it, but it didn't even make my top 30. But it's not on my list. It's not on my list. You will not hear me just blur it out of surprise. It didn't even make my list, bro. I won't be watching it. It's a drop for me. It is what it is. With that being said, I'm choosing violence. All right. My number 10 made my number 10. That means it was like 20 other shows that I put like behind it because community hype sold this show more than anything else. I'm talking none other than Freerun, but Beyond Journey's End. Freerun, the anime that dared to ask, what if an elf had infinite time but zero emotional intelligence?
What if a show's actually better than FMA?
Well, basically, this show is about that one friend who ghosted you for years and suddenly shows up like, hey, remember that one time we had that great time? And you're like, no. And she's like, yeah, me neither. The show spends a lot of time staring at sunsets, reminiscing of dead characters than actually doing anything. Like, Freeman does not process her feelings. At one point, she's even stoic isekai protagonist. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, hey, my mentor is personality is dried toast. But I guess I learned how to kill demons without therapy. I don't know.
I'm tired of demons not like, oh, we're not bad guys. No, die. Like,
no matter how much shit this man is going to talk about this show, I am not moving it from where I placed it.
And the pacing, glacial. Oh, you're expecting epic battles. Think again. This show is 80% walking, 15% quiet reflection, and 5%, hey, maybe I should have been nicer to my friends. Anyway, With all that being
I
said,
love how he wrote this
you
out.
want to know? You want to know why it made my top 10?
Because would have probably fired you if you put it at.
Even though the pacing was slower than the turtle with a sedative. It's because the show was pretty fucking awesome. It looked good. When Freeman was good, it was good. It was a very great like fantasy anime from the grand scheme of giving you memorable characters. It spawned so many memes. It was everywhere. There were memes. It was funny. It carried the culture. Freeman moved the actual culture of anime in 2024. It made its stamp. And I'm not just talking about the fact that it became the #1 rated anime in ML. I think that's bullshit. But besides the fact that they let that slide and it stayed there, and then it became a show that was actually living up to the expectations that it set for the most part. I dragged it for fun, but for the most part, no. Freerun was a good anime. I would definitely recommend you to check it out if you were into if you're into Game of Thrones, you're into Lord of the Rings, anything like that, Middle Earth shit. I would tell you to watch Freerun, and then when you get to the end, it got even better. I love the art with the demons, but when you get to the end and they have to go through these trials, you start seeing things pick up, and they do enough reflection of Freeman's past to kind of make up for it. And then you actually see her original master, her master's master. So you get this whole thing going, and it kind of leaves you the sense of, I would like to see what you guys do with the season 2. The best thing that they did was like the first episode was 3 episodes, and one it was like a movie. So they executed everything that they needed to do well. And did I mention visually this show, backgrounds, the art, the music, everything blends together perfectly to really sell the best parts of this show. It's a well deserving 8 out of 10 for me, and that is Freerun. Beyond Journey's End. You like that, don't you, Ethan?
I'm impressed you wrote that entire monologue just to slander it and then still give it props.
Hey man, I gotta be consistent.
Bro, that's fence-sitting shit. It's either you slander it or you fucking dick ride it. There's no in between.
No, see, you play both sides, so you always come out on top. It's okay. I get it.
He just picks the time when he's going to be on the bottom. If he's playing both sides,
maybe.
Look, you Okatan, give me your goddamn number 10.
I got you. Number 10 for me is a show that I rave about. Again, I wanted to rate it higher, but it's not as impressive as the other shows as far as I'm concerned. Tsukimichi season 2. I enjoyed the hell out of Tsukimichi. Again, as I said yesterday on the show, and I've always said whenever I talk about Tsukimichi, it is revenge plot and OP character meets someone who is still kind and someone who is getting, when I mentioned he's OP, like he's getting so OP that it's scaring everybody. Like no one has ever been as OP as him, and he's starting to tread, especially in season 2, you start seeing him tread on a little bit of a darker path, which I fully love. Season 1 was all about him, like really, like, you know, maintaining a lot of his nice guy persona. Season 2 is a little bit more cutthroat. He's a little bit more like, all right, this needs to be done like this because of this. I am going to do this because I feel this. Like he's very decisive, and it was very welcome. The show incorporates a lot of good world building along with some really solid action. Is the action more visually appealing than other shows? No, most times not, but it's still compelling in its own way. The action's still really solid. And it's just, you know, it's always a joy seeing OP characters do OP shit. And all of his friends and all of his sidekicks are all OP as fuck too. It's just a bunch of OP motherfuckers getting revenge or getting like enjoying fighting in some way, shape, or form. And it's entertaining as fuck. You know, and even if people like don't like as much world building, tough shit. You need the world build in order for you to care, especially over the 24 episodes that Tsukimichi was. It was a 2-core constant core. You have to have that depth in order for you to care about the show and continue to watch the show. So if you invest in what you enjoy in the show, the more it's going to pay off when it does happen again. And there were consistent payouts. Some questions are answered. Again, there's more character progression, more story progression as well. So honestly, what I expect from Tsukimichi, to me, I find it very similar in a way to Slime, which didn't make my list whatsoever. Slime season 3 is basically kind of what we got in
in season 2 from that perspective, where we got the fights, we got ample character progression. They did the same thing with Tsukimichi, but at least this time around without slime, just going all mostly character progression and story development, world building, and not so much the action. We got a good fair balance of the two, which I appreciated. And I always say Tsukimichi is a very underrated isekai anime. There are plenty of other isekai animes that are more original, do things better, but as a long enough show and one that will intrigue you, I definitely think Tsukimichi is doing its thing. Jesus,
Who's singing?
bro, my friend.
Bro,
I thought
Yeah,
I thought that was you like trying to like wrap it up.
No,
Yeah.
no,
bro, I
No,
might
no.
need that, but I was like, yo, what the fuck is dinging?
no. Yeah, it's my text messages. They're going off. I just put high alerts. We good. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, number 10, Tsukimichi. If you like isekai, check it out. Solid 4.5, I think, or 4.25 out of 5 for me.
Okay. For me, number 10, Train to the End of the World. I really enjoyed it. I said it was one of the more. I saw that it was one of the more creative ones in terms of its writing. I do wish we did have a little more world building, but given what we got for these 12 episodes, they're very nicely done. I like the visuals of it. I like the different parts of this world. Like they're all different, like the mushrooms or like the animals type of thing. Like everything felt different. There's always something. There's always a different challenge for them to go on with it. Poison Pantaro just having no accountability. So as like, this is like Cookie. He was one of my favorite villains. And then was okay, but I'm just surprised it made it this far on the list to make it number 10, because with these originals, they're really a hit and miss. But I'm very pleasantly surprised for this one. So that's what we got. Number 10, Train to End of the World.
Oh,
All right, number 9, Chris.
My number 9 was originally a little higher, but it recently just got destroyed like 5 minutes ago. Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
Wow.
wow.
But it wasn't just because it got destroyed. It was also because, oh wait, I remembered that the first half appeared last year's or the year prior, so I only was counting the whole thing, not just the magic test. That I really didn't like that part much. So yeah, it's my number 9. I enjoyed the series. I enjoyed the series. I just didn't like the magic test that much. Yeah, sure, the other wizards were fun. They're interesting characters, and I know we see them more. We're gonna see Duncan a lot more in the next season. But yeah, it's just a little more magical Lord of the Rings.
Ubel.
I can fix her.
On a completely unrelated side note, she was texting me because she asked me, she's like, she's watching Black Clover and she's only on episode like 20 something, and she's like, is the Magic King evil? And I was like, Julius, I can't say. She's like, he is, I can sense it. And I'm like, it's not as obvious early on. I'm surprised you figured that out so quick.
She probably looked it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
spoiler. Yeah,
Cheater.
I mean, the internet hasn't gotten there yet, but I came across that spoiler on the internet. It kind of pissed me off when I read it, but
Oh, I was like, yeah, you're not gonna see that until like the 80s or 90s, like episode.
no. Talking about
No, that's not even in the anime
not
yet.
animated yet. The internet spoiled that. That's.
Oh, I'm talking about Julius. Y'all
Yeah.
just spoiled.
No, that's who we're talking
what we're
about.
talking about.
He was already came out when they froze him.
You're thinking of the fucking elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the elf arc when they possessed him, right?
No, Julius never got possessed. You're thinking of the Golden Dawn leader.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of Golden Dawn. Oh, y'all just spoiled that. I didn't know that.
You spoiled yourself.
Yeah, that's kind of you. That's on you.
That's on you.
You can't blame us this time.
I can't blame us.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Oh.
Surprise!
Surprise, motherfuckers.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry to the listeners at home who were like, "Fuck."
Oh man, he just died again.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
I don't know what to tell you. I read that on the internet. I wasn't even trying to read that. It's literally, I think one of those sites just posted,
CBR. It's probably CBR.
Yeah, just CBR does that shit. I had to unfollow them. They just posted it like when it happened, and I was like, motherfucker, I didn't even ask you for this. Why is this your headline? Just sport, they put it in the headline. Anyway, my number nine is Dan to Dan. A show where aliens, ghosts, and teenage hormones collide in the most chaotic way imaginable. It somehow spun the wheel labeled "What the fuck" and just landed with it. But let's be real. The real highlight of the show was Acrobatic Silky episode when they finally slowed everything down and it hit you right in the feels. But let's not forget the opening thing, which was probably the best thing about this show. But all chaos aside, Dandelion delivered a romance that was unequivocally unique and heartfelt, and you couldn't help but root for it. My favorite thing about Dan was the excitement callback to all the Japanese lore and ghost stories. I hated that the alien. I hated how rapey it was, like from the jump, because I can deal with shit like that. But I know for casual anime fans who were excited about that over the hype. And as soon as they got to episode 1, they was just like, "Oh no, this is triggering. I'm not watching this shit." And I can't really blame them. And I really hated how this show ended. I didn't move it from the ranking that I gave it at 9, but Chris made a lot of sense. He's like, "Bro, how can you crucify Windbreaker for doing the same thing Dan did when at least Windbreaker had enough gall to end between arcs, not in the middle of one, which is what Dan did." And after he said that, I felt embarrassed because I'm like, this shit shouldn't be that high. Now that I look at it. But I think the really thing about Dan was the recency bias and the opening theme. I think between the opening theme and the recency bias and the fact that they gave me Assembly Dub with the fantastic cast and the guy who sounds like Johnny Young Bosch, but it's not Johnny Young Bosch. He's just this black guy who can just make different voices. I think he's pretty dope. I don't even have his name and I'm embarrassed. But I love the show and I love all the characters. That it's a character-driven show. The plot is dope, but the characters what really make the show. It's the references. The biggest favorite thing about the show is all the references from Rihanna to One Piece to just Slam Dunk, like the song that they were singing when they were going around the table in the last episode. That's the opening theme for Slam Dunk. I know y'all don't know that, but I just had to put you on game a little bit. Anyway, that's why number 9 is Dan, man. Awesome show. You should definitely check it out. Streaming on Netflix. Fuck Crunchyroll for not promoting the show, but shout out to Netflix because at least they simply dubbed it.
Yeah. Evil?
For the record, I don't think I'm gonna make any more changes to my thing. So there was a total of 7 changes. So you get 1 money if you.
He still might change something.
No, I don't think so. Y'all shit on every show that's in my for the most part, that's outside of my top 3.
Okay,
Y'all
I played like
4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Y'all shitted on. Y'all don't give a fuck about my number 7. And
oh yeah, is this the number 9? You said we're gonna love you for it.
Yeah, it's Near Automata too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey, listen, I don't have the same love and the critical fanfare that you guys did because I didn't play the games, but I thought season 2 was leaps and bounds better than season 1. Season 1 to me felt somewhat like a chore, and Matt was the one there wait till if they do it right, season 2 is gonna hit, and golly jeepers did it fucking hit. A2 sorry
A1 A2
no
2B
9A
no 9A there we go. 9A crashing out was the
9S, not 9A.
9S, sorry, 9S crashing out was the absolute highlight of the show that season, the way that they did that progressively from the time that he sees 2B die until like he finally loses his shit and loses his sanity, I thought was tremendous. The slow build was done absolutely perfect. Seeing basically from a wrestling perspective, since we're on a wrestling network, seeing the double turn from A2 and 9S, the way that they did that, both slow burns, both with tremendous backstory and background, both with incredible lead ups and moments to get them to that reversal, was amazing. It was the anime equivalent of seeing something like a Austin and Brett. You know what I'm saying? Like it was tremendously done. I enjoyed the season, like I said, throughout really well. Everybody dies. Like, you know, I haven't seen most characters in a show just flat die since what's that show? Not Kill La Kill, Kill something.
Akame ga
Agami-
Kill.
Akame got Kill. I haven't seen that many characters of significance just flat die, just get off since Akame got killed. Because even with Bleach, even though they offed a lot of characters, there's still a lot of pivotal characters that are still alive.
Oh,
Like-
you should have seen Akuma Drive then.
I did see Akame Drive, and that's fair. That I did see Akame Drive.
They all died. Like they all.
Yeah, they all died. There weren't that many.
Fight.
There weren't
Akuma
that
fight.
many characters. It was only the two for the most part. So that's who you cared about the most, was just the two, and they both die. But every character that we knew in season one just flat died, and the way that they did it, like I said, it was just absolutely tremendous. The crash out was the best part. The pods, did not expect the pods to go out the way that they did. They went out fucking gangsters, and they left the show open-ended, which I find a little bit of a disappointment, because they left me leaving for more. But as you guys have said, like, they gave you the main story ending in the game. That's basically it, right? And I know there's alternate paths you can take. I would love the way that they did season 2. I would love for them to do OVAs, alternate path 1, 2. How many of them are, Chris and Matt?
About 26, but they did
They
them in
show
the
you them at the ending.
Yeah,
after the credits.
then they explained it. Yeah, because the after credits, they explained the whole paradox.
I skipped a lot of those because
They're joke endings. They're just joke endings. Like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
man,
all, all they really are.
I skipped a lot of those because the puppet shit was. I hate that shit. So
those are the things you were asking for.
yeah, apparently now in hindsight. But in any case, Near Automata, tremendous. I was hooked in throughout. Again, another thing, tremendously animated with the fights. The OP and EDs were exceptional, both in terms of musical quality as well as the visual representations of what each of them meant as the songs progressed. The musical composition and the inlays throughout the fights were also tremendously done, very intelligently crafted, and fit every motif that the show was going for at the moment that it did it. Fabulous show. Can't recommend season 2 enough. Season 1, you have to watch it to get to season 2, but overarching, easy, solid 4 out of 5.
This is the only change I did, thanks to Chris.
Yeah.
Number 9, Dun the Den.
You had it higher?
With how it ended, yeah. That was like, what the fuck? Like, you can't do that in the middle of an arc.
Where was it?
Like, where was it originally?
Yeah.
Oh, I had it in my top 5.
Damn.
So yeah, now it went down.
Yeah, for real.
But that was also the recency biases thing, because out of everything that got carried over, that was one of the ones, except for Ranma, that was like on the top, like as the top 2. So comparing that to everything else I've seen from winter, spring, summer, no. I just like those a lot more. I love the OP. I like the characters. That little rapey scene, no, like that was like, yeah, I don't think maybe someone's gonna take that the wrong way, especially someone that.
Give me some Goblin Slayer. Come on.
So not for me, but for people that do deal with essay type of ordeal, that's probably not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it, they want to stay true to the manga as close as they can. The acrobatic silky part was probably one of the better episodes this year for sure. But Can't compare everything else though. This hopefully they don't do it again for season 2 in the summertime. So there we go. Yeah, number 9 down to done. All right, number 8.
Before I say my number 8, I'm just gonna like touch up on that point you both made about Down on. Those sexual assault scenes were supposed to make people uncomfortable. They didn't, because like it's not like, oh hey, getting. I know there are a lot of degenerates who like make the alien encounter some majestic thing, but it was supposed to be there just to like make you uncomfortable. That's
Yeah.
the reason he did it.
I get it, but for like a normal person, like I don't think like it's like that for the faint of heart type of thing. Like that's like some people would be turned up by that and probably not want to watch.
We'll let them get filtered out of a great show.
That is true. Hey, you're gonna miss out, man. It's not. It
Was
ain't
there-
for everybody.
Was there parental advisory? Normally they put parental advisory.
Oh no.
No, why would they do that?
It's Japan. They don't get that. They don't
They
get
did
turned
that
about
for
that.
several shows. They did that for Oshinoko with the suicide. They
I
did
mean,
that
on
with
I
That's
watched it on
that's
Netflix.
because
Yes, Netflix gave a parental advisory. They told you it was like sexual themes, it was violence, and it was like flashing. Like
no, but they
flashing.
normally give you like the viewer discretion advised at the beginning of the episode. Like they did that with Oshi. They did that with
It's the
Hell's
same- it's the
Paradise.
same- No,
did
it's
that-
like,
Hell's
bro,
Paradise.
it was parental guidance. It was parental guidance, bro. It was you know, it was PG. Like, you know, wasn't rated M, but it was rated PG.
bro. Rape is not a PG thing. That's definitely higher than PG.
Nobody got assaulted, bro. It was just it was like implied that it could happen, but it didn't.
Anything in life could happen. You know, Rush could
Let's
just-
move on because I was about to make a really fucking bad joke because of what you said, Ethan. My number 8 is
You gotta type it in the chat when you're done talking. Type it in now. I want to know.
Oh god. Where's it going?
Where are we going? We normally get one of these a season, guys, where we get one of Chris's super sideways offhanded remarks, but it's
It's always the quiet ones.
it's not as funny as the 9/11 joke you made a few months.
Oh, okay. No, not disappointed. All right, what's your number 8?
all right. My number 8 is Kaiju number 8. I really enjoyed the animation. The animation is fucking great in it. Kafka sold the show with his attitude and humor. My biggest disappointment for this, however, and why it's not like in my top 5 is the last 2 episodes getting delayed. I hated that
That's right.
for the English dub. I hated that I couldn't watch like the English dub like in order. I had to fucking go back after watching the dub.
Yep. That's legit. That's legit. That's legit. Yeah. I feel the same.
Starman?
Oh, all right. My number 8 is a reboot of an original that I love. I bought. It's been so close to my heart for over a decade. Spice and Wolf, Wise Wolf meets Wise Wolf and Merchant. The reboot we didn't know we needed, bringing sexy Holo back, all to her foxy, pun intended, glory. But let's face it, Holo is the queen of being both charming and completely toxic, making you question if you're rooting for her, you're just terrified of her being emotionally able to destroy poor Kraft Lawrence. But the show somehow makes like medieval fantasies and folklore like appealing with economics, and it made it thrilling, like because it's like, bro, this is medieval economics, bro. This is literally, they had a whole arc about the stock market, and it's like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna lose all his money? Is she gonna leave him? Is she leaving him for the young boy? And the Holo just finessed a child out of all of his money. She finessed that young man. He straight up thought he had her. But who knew that spreadsheets and pagan gods could be such a vibe? But yeah, man, high stakes drama with apples. You can't really beat that, man. I felt the animation was dope. Holo is perfect for the Moe era, as I like to call, the era we're in now, the Moe era. Reanimating her was perfect for the Moe era. The new design, they made it a little more sexier. It was a lot more cleaner animation wise. They changed a few themes that I tried to explain along the way when I was watching it throughout the season. They explained some things. I mean, I explained how they changed some things from the manga and some things from the series. We even got a mini arc that didn't happen in the original when they went to that small town and had to sneak out of those tunnels, and the windmill arc that wasn't even in the original anime. They took it out for whatever reason. But with all that said, man, Spice and Wolf, man, it's an 8 out of 10. I've seen it before, so there were no surprises. Like there were no surprises. The original holds a place in my heart because I seen nothing like it when I first saw it. But the reboot is just as good as the original. It's just that I've seen it before. I think it's animated better than the original, and they still kept the Brianna Prinzula and everyone else in this original cast in the dub. I thought that was dope. It should have been same day, similar dub. It wasn't. It loses points for that, but it's still an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Raven?
Number 8. Number 8 for me was Dangers in My Heart season 2. I thought season 2 was better than season 1, and I thought what was that?
Keep going.
Oh God. I thought season 2 was better than season 1. And I thought season 1 was really solid. This is one of the telltale shows that it was this close to being dropped, and then we stuck with it, and it ended up being really awesome. As Chris has said multiple times, the confession scene at the end of the season was everything you could hope for. Everything that they did in the show was really solid. Is it my romance of the season? I think I put it there. I didn't have as strong a conviction with it being there as my best romance of the year, I should say, not season, the year. But it was up there. Like I said, we got everything we wanted from it. I thought it was really adorable, and I just want to see more. I don't know if we will. I'd like to think we will. See more of how their relationship grows and how they continue to develop. But as a whole, I thought everything was really nicely done, and it was a great ride. Every week, I look forward to seeing the cuteness of Dangers in My Heart, and I thought it was tremendous. So very easy, solid 4 out of 5 for me. I think I gave it a 4 and a quarter, 4.5, something like that. When I rated around the season. So.
Number 8 for me is also Dangers in My Heart, season 2.
Hey, we matched. It's the first match.
Yep, it is my romance of the year. I did enjoy every episode. I think each episode got better. I liked the progression of them as characters, especially the growth type of thing. Mostly with Ichikawa. Yamada did have some, especially with it when it came to her feelings, and it all culminated into that final confession. I loved how they did it with the music in the background, the emotion, the facial expressions, how they animated tears and everything. It was all completely well done together. We're definitely not gonna get season 3 because we got the conclusion that we needed. I know it's still going on in the manga, and we are getting a compilation movie with plenty of new footage added into it, like the aftermath of like where they are now type of thing, or wherever they decide to do it in wherever they want to place it for the manga.
They're not going to show the current chapter.
I know. They'll probably they'll find something, but I'm not sure what. But I've really enjoyed it. I understand why you ranked it low on your end, and I ain't mad at you. We fine. So yeah, number 8, Dangers in My Heart.
I'm giving an applause because it's polite, not because I don't think that's complete bullshit, but it's an opinion.
That's what.
I blame you, Ethan. You're a bad influence. Matt has good taste, but here you go.
Whatever. Here you go, just for you. So when you drink tea like this, does that mean like, fuck you?
Nah, bro, that's me being classy.
Same sign language, right?
No, I'm just
He's just doing his thing. But number 7, Chris.
My number 7 is disappointingly here, and it's not higher. But that's only because fucking stupid Toei Animation decided to say, "Hey, you want to watch this anime? Wait a whole year before we start licensing it out." I'm talking about Girls Band Kai. Uh, I love the music. The characters were great. But besides the licensing issues, um, I didn't like how they just simply pushed aside the issues between the two bands. Like, oh hey, don't worry, Mama, we're totally cool with you ditching us to join a new band. Oh, Hina, I'm okay. I'm so happy that we got to talk, and I mean, fuck you for ditching me to go hang out with the cool new kids.
Cool new kids.
Yeah. And I don't like Momo and Nina's relationship. It progressed way too fast.
Okay.
But yeah, Girls Band Hot. I hope we get more.
Okay. Starman, number 7.
all right. Number 7 was a Hulu show. Caught me by surprise, but it had a lot of hype behind it. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. I'll see what's going on with it. I was able to sell a few people on and build a whole community around the show, and I was pleasantly surprised because it was an awesome ass show. I am talking about Undead Unluck. Undead Unluck. Let's be real. This show was about an undead nudist walking bad luck charm, and it was weirdly wholesome. Between the overtop action, Andy dedicated to being a streaker, and the plot, the past, and how it culminated with just everyone wanting to create their own version of the future. Once you get into the arcs about the rules and what had to be created, once you got to the seasons, that's when everything changed. This was an anime that just kept giving. You kept asking what the fuck you till you had it. And once you got to the end, it was just violent. Once you get to the end, it was just straight up violent. People had to die. You had to kill people. The earth you couldn't have a certain population of people. You had to replace certain people. If the book told you had to do something, you had to do it. You had to follow the rules. If you broke the rules, the earth then got reset so many fucking times. Spoil it. Sorry, that's a spoiler. And the idea was not to let this keep happening. You just wanted to like destroy the universe. But the universe just kept expanding. It's just a complicated anime, but it's like really, really fun. Undead Unlook earned the spot at number 7 because there was nothing else like it. There was nothing else like it. And yeah, there's nothing else like Undead Unlook. A lot of blood, a lot of body parts. But it was very wholesome. And Andy and Foucault's relationship was like really sweet. They had a very sweet like romance, like very sweet. Especially considering he's like 1,000 years old and shit. And she's like 18.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you got, Ethan?
A show that I wanted to rate higher, but I just I couldn't when I was all said and done. Chris, just for you, number 7 is Days with My Stepsister.
Really, Luke? Niggas be wildin'.
True.
Days with my stepsister. Listen, at the end of the day, I was totally caught up in the way that they built this show. I felt it was very, because I haven't seen a show like that. Chris, I believe you mentioned there was a show that you saw that was built in a similar fashion where you get episodes that are done entirely from one main character's point of view, and then in essence we get a recap as the show progresses from the other side. We see recaps of every single moment that we lived through with the main character, except told from the other person's eyes. I thought that was tremendous. I appreciated, which I don't have I don't have a background as to why, but they shot everything as if you were looking at an old movie setting, right? Like, like the old film reels, and it would like that makes that noise when it's doing the clicking to show it. Like they did that, and there's got to be a reason behind it, but they never explain why. But I was still intrigued and fascinated by the way that they did that, where they would show like music reels, and I'm thinking like, oh, does that mean like they're reflecting on this in old age? Like, what exactly is the meaning? But it kept my curiosity up, which wasn't a bad thing. Like I said, the buildup was tremendous, and I think it's a really good show when it comes to teenage angst, because the teenage angst through that episode, or through that season rather, with that show was very, very peak in my opinion. It was very like strong, the angst, and seeing the two characters, Yuta and what's her face, I forget her name now, but in any case, seeing them try and work through that, being able to try and progress, denying the reality that this relationship is wrong on a moral conscience, but understanding that the feelings they have are genuine, and those feelings that they are feeling come from their past transgressions, or not transgression, sorry, from their past like traumatizing experiences. They trauma bond in their own way through what they lived at. Yuta's mom just straight up cheated and left them both, just straight up left. And so Yuta has always had his guard up from that piece. Meanwhile, the other girl, let me find her name because I'm not doing her justice. Days with my, it should pop up. Days with my stepsister. Saki. Saki, meanwhile, her dad just did the same thing in essence, just straight up left for the most part, wasn't really present. And then they came together, and they have to struggle with the fact like these strangers are now basically in your life in a very serious, very big way. And being able to cope with that dramatic shift, I would think, is very challenging, especially for people that have had stepfathers, stepmothers, and things like that. And being able to shift to like seeing them as a parental figure, learning to respect them, things like that, while harboring perhaps feelings of the past with your previous biological parental figure, and whether that's a good relationship or not, however that case may be, there's still parallels to be learned from that. And so I appreciated it very much. And like I said, the only true like negative I had on it wasn't the fact that it's in essence an incestuous anime. It's the principle that they built up and they built up, and the feelings were obvious from both sides, but they kept denying it until they couldn't deny it anymore. And all the season did was basically have them confirm their feelings. And now they're basically, when they're in public, they're just brother and sister, right? Stepbrother, stepsister. But when they're amongst each other, then there's a deeper connection there, and they've acknowledged that. Where that leads to is to be determined. I don't know if we'll get a season 2, just more or less how controversial it is. But the show is rated really well, and I hope we do get a season 2 from that perspective, to see how that progresses. Also, in terms of it being a slice of life, I know it's really more of a drama / romance, but I really considered it a slice of life because it is two high schoolers. They go to school, they deal with the interpersonal relationships amongst themselves and amongst their friends. They do high school sporting events. They work, things like that. So I thought it was also tremendously done from a slice of life perspective. But I just found myself very enchanted with everything. The animation was really nice. The ominous nature of the musical composition fit the theme and the motif of the drama and the angst quite well, and lend credence to that. When there were really soft and sweet moments, the musical composition for that also was a tremendous thing that was done. And I enjoyed it very much. This is one of those, I think, Matt, when you mentioned about Elementary Wife, where the title puts people off, this is definitely one of those shows where the title puts people off, no doubt. But when you get into the show, there's far more to it than meets the eye, than meets the actual like synopsis. And I understand this show probably isn't going to be for everybody. Probably not going to be for most people, but the fact that it was still rated high, I think still, lends credence to the fact that it was a really decently produced show. So this was a solid 4.5 out of 5 for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wish we get a season 2 because I'll enjoy that ride along the way.
Number 7 for me. This one I was definitely late to the game, but I'm glad I was able to hop on when I could. Shangri-La Frontier. Very fun. I love the action of it. Very fun fight scenes. I like the characters. Emma best bunny girl. So they gotta stop disrespecting her. I swear. Good him with a mallet. But no, I had fun. I'm glad I'm enjoying season 2 right now. I can't wait to see how they wrap up the second core when we get to that part just started. Fun fights, like the animation of it, but it's just more of a combination. I really had no real complaints, just as like everything else ahead of it better, slightly. But no, number 7, Shangri-La Frontier. Alrighty. Now it's time for number 6. Chris.
My number 6 is a show I've been talking about a lot recently. Magulumiere, Limited Corporation. I really enjoyed the concept of this show. I had no knowledge of it before, before the season or during the season. I only just caught up, or I only just started or picked it up rather last minute, before any of the shows started airing. Um, the characters were fun. It was really surprising to hear old lady Naruto old lady Naruto voicing the side character of um the other magical girl from in Magical Lumiere. And it was just a fun show in general.
Nice. Starman, number 6.
Number 6. This is my first 9 out of 10. All right, I've been giving you 8s all night. Now the 9s. Now we enter the 9s, right? First 9 that I have is dead demons. Dead destruction. This title is so fucking ridiculous. Like, it's a whole fucking tongue twister. But what I will say is it's a dark sci-fi. It's a wild ride that is somehow, some way takes humanity, puts it through the lens of how would we act during the alien invasion, and hold my beer. Like, shit, this was mean, violent, massacring, maiming, straight up violent. They destroyed these aliens. Like, it wasn't even like, I didn't expect the violence that I got from this show. When it came to like the alien invasion, and without
That was gruesome.
it was gruesome. It just got straight gruesome, because it's like okay, even though we got invaded, I think the darkest part of the show, it really echoed in on the sentiments of humanity. Like, it really showed like I don't know, all the themes of it were just like, how dark can humanity be? I don't know, how brutal can we be, like, to each other. It was a reflection of like, it told us tale of like the human condition when it comes to how we treat each other and how we treat a common enemy. And even though the aliens weren't doing nothing to us, we just overreacted, we sacrificed, we lied, we manipulated. People, like, everything went to shit because the aliens were here. But then the aliens like retaliated, and people started dying, people started getting sick. But then people start killing each other, people start robbing, people start stealing technology. The world goes to like completely shit. And it was good. Then you get all the way up to the end, and it's like you have this whole "why did I stay up for this last episode" moment, when you feel like the writers were just like, "Yo, let's close this shit out with the emotional weight of like a fucking wet tissue." Like, last episode dropped the ball because it left on this mysterious note of, y'all were doing so good, where's the closure? It goes off. You don't know what happened at the end, and you have to kind of just figure it out. And I don't like endings like that. But despite that, I gotta say, bro, these aliens coming to Earth was probably the worst vacation plan ever. Worst vacation plan ever was come to fucking Earth. Don't come. Don't come. Just stay where you at. No, because it won't be nice, bro. They fucked these aliens up. But it's a 9 out of 10 because it's an awesome ass show. It was probably one of the best sci-fis I've seen in at least the past 5 years. Like sci-fi anime is probably one of the best sci-fi anime that has been made in like the past decade. I dare say. It's fantastic.
Mhm. All right, Ethan?
Number 6 for me was a show that I enjoyed more than you guys did. Again, credited to my simple mindedness, and that's Jobless Reincarnation, season 2, part 2. When it's all said and done, I enjoyed the trip that Rudy went on. Rudy got over his ED, and Rudy started fucking his wife. He started getting it in. He knocked her up, fabulous, and he ditched her. Yeah, admittedly, to go save his family, but I didn't hate him for that. And then he went and he cheated on her with Roxy, and I didn't hate him for that because Roxy's fine and it makes sense. It was a pity fuck, like we said, right? Comfort fuck, like Sean said yesterday. It made sense. But again, I think the biggest story is just the labyrinth, the labyrinth part. I thought was really well done. It was one hell of an adventure. I think it's how an adventure should be told, you know, being in that labyrinth, going through all the trials and tribulations they went through. And even Rudy having that tumultuous relationship with his father, I think it did like shine, and it did, you know, it did pan itself out in the end. Him losing his father really, really meant something. He didn't look at Paul as just, and he mentioned that in the anime. He didn't look at Paul, or he used to look at Paul as just, the father in this life, not his legitimate father. But then when he thought about his family, you know, he's like, you know, Paul wasn't that bad of a dad. You know, Paul was a pretty awesome person. And, you know, losing him, especially the way that he did, uh, surely was traumatizing and things like that. So, the way they handled that was really well done. And then the end was okay. You know, like it was funny how they dealt with, yeah, I got a new wife. But everybody ended up being cool in the end.
The sister was not having it. She was ready to go.
Yeah, sister was raring to go, ready to fuck him up and fuck her up. But honestly, one of the things that I came away with this is I don't want to see fucking what's her face as the third wife. I don't want to see her as the third wife.
You just hate Eris. She's great.
I don't want to see Eris as the third wife. I do not. That is just, I'm not looking forward to that.
She has a personality. I forgot Ethan hates women with personalities who are loud, who are think for themselves, who talk back.
Nah, bro, you broke that man's heart, bro. Like you can't come back. He's got 2 beautiful wives. Why does he need you for?
Bro, if it wasn't for her, he would never have married Sylphie. He wouldn't have even reunited with Sylphie. You know why? Because he wouldn't have never went on that journey that would have led him to that school to fix himself. And if he never went to that school, guess who he never would have crossed paths with? His fucking first wife. You're welcome.
Still, nah, I'm good. Eris can go by the wayside. It's inevitable, but
Eris didn't even do that on purpose. Like, Eris had her own shit. Like, she has her own life. Like, Rudy just made that shit about him. That shit was not about him.
Yeah, she wanted to leave to get stronger.
nah, I'm on Team Rudy side.
Helpless and weak
She was
when
even
she almost
transparent
died.
about that. Yeah, bro. She was like, bro, I almost died. I'm gonna go out here and kill goblins and go level the fuck up. Like bro, she went to his room. This kitty cat wants your kitten's meow. Like, threw that thing at him. Even though that's her damn cousin, still threw that thing at him. Let him catch it. Was like, yeah, this is cool. I can't stick around for this, because if I stick around for this, I ain't gonna get no stronger, because all I'm gonna do is this. I need to move on. Of course, she could have wrote him a letter and told him something, because he felt like, damn, it was me. I feel him.
It's more like she knew she was gonna talk her out of it, no matter what. That was the issue.
Yeah. So I feel him on that. She could at least communicate. She could at least wrote him a letter. I felt like that's what she fucked up. She should have wrote him a letter. But ease off of Eris, dog.
Team Rudy.
Ain't no teams, dog. I'm just saying, ease up off of Eris. Ain't no teams.
I'm Team Roxy and Team Sylphie.
Ain't no teams.
Yeah, they're all on the same team.
It's real to me, damn it,
bro. Triangle offense.
Nah, but overall, I still enjoyed the show very much. I enjoyed the magical aspect. I thought the fights that did happen were tremendous. The buildup was really well. Again, I'm more simple-minded than you guys from that perspective, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. So, number 6.
Okay. Number 6, Dead Demons D Destruction.
Another twinsy.
No, it's a great sci-fi. They build it as 18 episodes along with an episode 0, and now all of a sudden, oh yeah, the episode 0 was the 18th episode. So they like that because this really could needed one more episode. It really needed that one more episode to kind of tie things up. Like, yeah, you tied up that timeline, but what about the other one now? Like, what happened after you sent that? What happened after you sent them back? Like what happened to them? Type of thing. Like, what's different? So you just left that really open when it didn't need to. So really bad choice right there. But the destruction of Tokyo, that whole scene, and the speech, the letter that they Kadode's brother or Anton's brother, that one that he wrote all that, and the delivery of that of the dove was great. And with the like, yeah, people died, like millions of people died, and we thought one of the other characters died. It turns out, oh, he didn't die, but still, though, it was still a nicely done series. It just needed that one more episode. If that was in there, it probably would have been like number 5 or number 4. But because of that, number 6, Dead Demons.
And there were no demons in it. Don't let the name fool you. This is another one of those anime where the title kind of will throw you off of exactly what's going. There were no demons in there. None. It was dead aliens, which doesn't roll off the tongue like demons.
Yeah.
Dead.
Or else or else the people there consider them demons, type of thing.
The humans were the demons. Did you see what we did?
Oh yeah, no, they definitely were, especially that one fucking prick.
And one guy had a gun in the invisible.
He was like, yeah, like, you know what? I had a girlfriend. Oh, you don't believe me? Fine, I'm gonna go kill them.
They had the Harry Potter invisibility cloak, the Doctor Who sonic screwdriver, the Inspector Gadget fucking hat helicopter, and it was fucking demons up with a 9mm. Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, not like wet men, women, and children.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
It was on site.
On site, bro. Like shit.
They should have called it Dead Ass Aliens. That rings off the tongue well.
That's probably what the localized dub would have called it like 10 years ago. If this would have came out, they would have called it Dead Ass Aliens. And you'd have been like, what's this about, bro? It's about dead ass aliens, bro.
Yeah.
Aliens, and they dead as fuck, bro.
Oh God, they did.
I'd have called it Dead AF. I'd have called it ET Dead AF.
Anywho, it's time for our top 5 anime. We are going to wrap this up with our top 5 anime of the year. Let us go, everybody. Chris, come on.
All right, here we go. The number 5. We had a good old season and a half of this show, and it kicked fucking ass. I'm talking about Shangri-La Frontier, the Weatherman fight, the animation, the fucking kick-ass openings. I mean, I'm gonna just not talk about the fucking mech part because that went on way too long. But fucking Shangri-La Frontier fixed VR MMO animes because fucking not all of them have to be about oh man, we're stuck inside this thing, or I got isekai into this thing. It's just a bunch of people playing video games.
Yep. All right.
For number 5, I'm gonna keep this one brief. Oshinoko season 2. If you caught yesterday's episode, I hashed it a lot. I'll rehash it briefly. Excellent OP, excellent ED. Not as good as season 1's OP or ED, but still, nevertheless, it was a drama beyond dramas. It was about a play. Sometimes the play felt like a completely separate anime, and then they got into the drama, more drama. But outside of the drama, it was twists, and more twists, and the twist just kept on coming, even up until the last episode. It was just so many phenomenal twists. This is a 9 out of 10, and it deserves my spot at number 5.
All right. Ethan.
Yeah, number 5 for me is Konosuba season 3. No matter what, Konosuba is always gonna rank high for me when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? Like it's always gonna be funny. It's always gonna be probably the funniest anime that I've personally ever seen. Is it funnier than season 1 and season 2? No. Was it better than the Megumin solo? Hell yeah. And I think really what sold the show this season wasn't so much the comedy as we said yesterday. It was badass fucking what's his face? Kazuma.
Yep.
Badass Kazuma. Kazuma fucking wrecked shit throughout the entire year. He was still quite hilarious throughout, and he was integral in keeping the team together when Darkness was going through her bullshit and fucking everybody was kind of separated. Yeah, we had Megumin and we had Aqua continuing to be stupid, but he was actually a pivotal character in keeping Darkness's sanity throughout the entire thing, bringing her back, saving her a couple times. Like he was a fucking thorough protagonist through that season, which is one of the first times that we've seen, or at least in a very, very long time, where he showed the fuck out. In many respects, he showed out more than when they fought the Demon Lord and killed him. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed that aspect very, very much. I would like to see more of that. Sure, I'd like to see more unabashed comedy from the quartet. But in any case, I still enjoyed the shit out of it. Konosuba is always going to rank high whenever it's airing. It's always going to be a comedy of the season. Coming into any season it airs in, it'll always be comedy. You have to. It'll take a miracle to knock it off a comedy this season, just because of how naturally hilarious it is as a whole. So yeah.
All right, number 5 for me, Apothecary Diaries. It's definitely my type of anime that I do watch. Visually beautiful, animated well. I love the characters. Mamao and Jinshi are great. I liked the second half a little bit more. We got more about Mamao's father, like her actual father. That one episode when Mamao was trying to save Jinshi, then told she got fucking smacked in the head with that blood object. That musical insert song in the background when Jinshi picked her up, and just the father's expression. Just the backstory of the father on top of that as well, and we're learning more about Jinshi as these episodes do progress, and I do hope we get more of that progression when it does continue in a couple of days. As long as they keep up that type of quality with the production of it, I'm gonna have a fun time again, like I did with season 1. So yeah, Apothecary Diaries, number 5. All right. Now, number 4.
My number 4 is a simple one. It's Dangers of the Heart season 2.
Okay.
They did a real good job with this adaptation, as I've said before. They really and it really shows the growth of Kyotaro and Anna. Kyotaro actually going out of his way to convince Anna to not skip out on her big break of her possible big break, even though he wanted to spend more time with her. The confession scene was fucking beautiful, and I really enjoyed, like I'll say it again, the awkward karaoke scene where Kyotaro sings the beginning of the opening before cutting into it. It was really good overall, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Number 4 for me was the moment I saw Studio Trigger, I know I was gonna watch it. And I was like, okay, there's dragons, there's dungeons, and they're gonna cook animals, monsters. Watched it, loved it. Matt came on for the ride, tried to sell Ethan on it. It didn't land, but hey, a few other people jumped on it too, man. It was one of the most discussed anime of the season. I definitely need a recipe book. I need that to happen. I just it's one of those animes that was just so different. It really got into the lore about fantasy. I would say like it was my top fantasy anime. A lot of people said Free One, which I couldn't, dispute, but I do think Delicious in Dungeon gave something unique. And you don't even have to be a fantasy fan to enjoy it. I think the most memorable moment was the moment the Dragon Griffin girl came down, killed every fucking body, and they had to revive them. That shit was brutally sick. But yeah, man, Delicious in Dungeon is a 9 out of 10. Earned my 4th spot.
All right. All right, Ethan.
Apothecary Diary is my number 4. So just one spot above you, Mac. Not too much to add really from what you gave props to. I love this type of show. The drama was really well done. The mysteries were very solid. Seeing Mao and Jinshi continue to progress in whatever state they're in was very nice. The piece about her father was tremendously done as well. And I enjoyed the somber aspects of the show. OP and ED were solid as hell in both respects. I think I liked part 1's OP and ED a little bit better, but in any case, still solid throughout. Musical composition was tremendous. Animation is stupendous throughout. Got a couple laughs, but everything, of course, focused on the intrigue of the mystery and the thrilling nature of how things would develop and continue to develop over the show's 24 episodes. So thoroughly enjoyed it. Very much looking forward to it dropping, like you said, tomorrow, I think. I'm looking forward to seeing how they'll improve upon their standing in 2025.
All right, number 4 for me is Kaiju number 8. I very much enjoyed it. It's just Kaiju's badass fights. I like Division 3. I enjoyed the group. I enjoyed the chemistry of it. The hot characters are fun as well. As I said before, the fight scenes top notch. I like Kafka. I like that he was. I got more. He was an adult. It was an adult protagonist, despite the fact that apparently, if you're over 30 in Japan, KYS. But that's them, not here. But no, I had a lot of fun with it. Animated really well. OP was badass, and I can't wait for it to come back in the summertime. So yeah, number 4, Kaiju 8.
Top 3.
Top 3, baby. We are here. Chris.
Let's go. My number 3 is Undead Unluck.
What? You ranked it higher than me, and I love that shit.
Yeah, it was great. I love the fucking the unique battles that way each character fought using their individual bullshit powers. Mostly undead. Like Andy, every time he tried to or he attacked, he either shot off his finger or turned his blood into a fucking high frequency blade. It was really great. And as you said earlier, like the story is crazy, but it's enjoyable crazy. The characters are all are good. The relationship between Andy and I forgot her name. Unluck. Oh yeah, Fuko. Is wholesome and enjoyable. Fucking Ano Un is the greatest, or is my favorite, or a great supporting character for like everything he's done for the story, despite no one knowing he actually exists. It was a good show overall, and I can't wait till the end of the year so we can see the fucking special.
Awesome. Hey.
Yeah. Don't know what you got.
My number 3 is Kaiju number 8, man. Yeah, man. Kaiju number 8 was my number 3. Mostly due to the fact that Crunchyroll promoted the hell out of this show. This show every week, from the first episode and onward, it had a designated. If you watched it in Japanese, you couldn't skip it. As soon as it came on at 9:30 in the morning, it was on. You couldn't fast forward. You had to watch it live. It live streamed every week, and they've never done that before. I thought that was dope. They showed the first episode, I think, like New York Times, Times Square. They haven't done it since like Demon Slayer. Like, I thought that was dope. They went all out for it. One Direction did the ending theme. I was like, oh damn, like high profile, like
One Republic.
yeah, I'm sorry, One Republic. Yeah, One Republic did the ending theme. I was like, damn, okay, that's cool. Like that's really dope. Even though I like the OP better than the ED, I thought the ED was cool too. If we're talking about the show, we're talking about the action. I love the characters. I love the concept. I love the graphics. I love the way it's set up. And not to mention, I read this manga. I was reading this manga before this show was announced, and it lived up to everything that I read. I enjoyed this show. I love the characters. Shinomiya was awesome. Ethan hated her because she's a woman with a strong personality.
She grew on me. She grew on me.
He hated her.
She grew on me. I'll talk about her when I get to one of my numbers where it's at.
But yeah, man, Kaiju number 8 definitely is a 9 out of 10. It earned its spot in my top 3. It was the anime of the summer, and it was absolutely one of the best non-carryover in animes of the whole fucking year. They did the best that they could with 12 episodes, and I think they did a phenomenal job.
Came out in spring, not summer.
In spring, okay, spring. It ended in summer, but yeah, spring. It was so hot, it felt like summer.
All right, Ethan.
Yeah. I just want to say that I think it's my top 5. My top 5 are all 5s out of me. 5 out of 5 for me. Doesn't mean I ranked them 10 out of 10, but I did give them 5 out of 5.
Bro,
I knew you were gonna get there.
bro, that's fucking math. Stop it.
Oh, I fucking okay. No, I didn't do it. Okay, I didn't actually refresh.
Bro, that is bullshit, and you know it. That is fucking math, Ethan. You just trying to trigger me right now. You're not gonna say something that's a 10 out of 10, but it's not a 5 out of 5 when literally you just doing math, dog. Cut the bullshit and tell me your number 3, bro. Just cut that shit out, bro. How some gonna be a 10 out of 10, but not a 5 out of 5? Fuck out of here, man.
Reverse. 5 out of 5, but not 10 out of 10.
How, bro? That don't even make no sense, Ethan. Man, give me your 3, bro. I can't take you serious.
Oshinoko, season 2, is my number 3.
That was a dope. That's a dope show.
Yeah, it is a dope show.
But shut the fuck up.
Man, triggering me, bro. Like, yeah, man. Like, I ain't even no mathematician.
I ain't either, clearly. But no, Oshinoko is my number 3. Not much. I can't really add much more to it. All I can say is I cannot wait until they animate the stuff that I've spoiled myself with, because it is going to be fucking-mendous. From what I did see throughout all the adaptations of it, it was spectacularly done. Musical, again, same thing. Musical composition, stellar. Fits the motif. The animation, awesome. Fits everything that goes on. It was a bit darker, I think. No, I can't say that. It was equally as dark, I'd say. In terms of some of the colors, the way they popped out, and when they were dark, it was super dark. But that's not really a factor, I'd say. But I mean, everything else with Oshinoko goes, in terms of, how they handle things in the entertainment industry, how they handle the character progression. A lot of character progression in season 2, which was tremendous after we got a fuck ton in season 1. To me, Akane was the star of the show. Akane, for all the shit that I talked, did tremendous. Aqua was everything we needed it to be. And in the end, it was Ruby that really stole the season and is really going to be the truest protagonist in some sense through the remainder of the series, which I'm very much looking forward to. But yeah, the drama, the thrilling nature of it. This is one of those shows that as soon as you put it on, you're on pins and needles, because you don't know what twist, what turn, what drop, what up you're gonna get. And will always leave you throughout every episode of the season will always leave you wanting more. And when it ends, you hate it because you want more. But it's fine, because the way that they do it does the show justice. And this is one of those shows that absolutely positively must be done its due justice. And they continue to do that throughout the first 2 seasons. I agree season 1 was slightly better than season 2, but season 2 was by no means a slouch. I think I rated it number 1 in 23. For it to be number 3, I don't consider that truly a drop off, honestly. I honestly think I can really attribute that to just liking everything else a little bit more. 2 and 1.
To add on to that, Oshinoko really doesn't know how to use a good cliffhanger.
It does. They do the cliffhanger absolutely flawless, for sure.
Hold on one second. Actually, I can actually pick a better picture than Windbreaker now. I realized that we didn't do Dead Dead Demons as a picture for the podcast, so I'm gonna make that the picture instead of Windbreaker. Woo.
For all of the remaining 20 minutes that were on the show.
Well, I'm gonna tell them like, hey, when we're done, like this is the picture.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, number 3, Nier Automata, 1.18 Part 2. The game itself is special to me, especially the whole lore of that universe within itself. I'm very happy that Part 2 was a better telling of it. I think they did a lot of stuff better compared to the games, like with the Death of 2B and how they handled that. Mostly the emotion aspect of it from both 2B and 9S, and that this 9S slowly turned into madness. His voice acting, his delivery of that was top notch. I liked the fight at the end. It was more of an emotional battle than just a physical battle type of thing, with how they both changed during this part of it. I like that we got the true ending of it animated. I like that how the pause went out with a bang. I like the little Easter egg with a chord in the after credits. That is in the lore, but from the Dragoon Free games. No, I enjoy very much of it. And it's still one of my all-time favorite soundtracks for a time for that type of media. So that's why, yeah, number 3, Nier Automata, 1.1a Part 2. Now then,
Top
number two. Chris.
Here we go. My number 2, Dungeon Master.
All right.
Oh God, he really put it as number 1. Sorry, Chris.
What?
I love it.
There's another thing I could have put as number 1. Like there's a bunch of other things like
There's plenty. I know what you're talking about.
There's plenty of them.
Oh boy.
That's my list.
I do have the list.
But yeah, Dungeon Meshi. I love the atmosphere. I love the animation. Some of the scenes some of the episodes were great. Like Handsome Senshi, the doppelganger episode, as Starman said before. Fucking the Chimera killing everyone. I just can't wait till we get to the moment where fucking Lio says we need to eat my sister.
Hey.
Marcel will happily dig in.
Hey.
She damn bad.
Hey, Senshi and Laos will dig in too. I mean, they've never eaten a
I don't
Chimera.
know. I mean, yeah, they'll dig in like actual eater, but she'll dig in a different way. She'll dig in like the Selfie Rudy dig in.
Yeah.
Itadakimasu.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, Dungeon Meshi, number 2.
All right.
Whew.
Cameron?
Is it going to be a sweep of number 1 for the hentai lovers? Let's find out.
Okay, number 1. Well, number 2. Number
Two.
2, it's like Game of Thrones and Dark Souls had a baby and they named it Revenge. Dragons wrecked this life, so he decided he was gonna get the most vengeful, epic vengeance revenge spree that I've ever seen in any anime period. Like, this is the revenge anime of all revenge anime. He teams up with the cross-dressing crazy dragon who hates his own people and knows he ain't shit, and just be like, you know what? Hey man, you gonna help me kill these dragons? I'm with it. And somehow, through some kind of crazy time paradox, he gets the power from his future self. And none of this shit makes no sense. Ragnar just needed Ragnar Crimson, man. I'm talking about Ragnar Crimson, number 2. Ragnar Crimson. He just needed power to get revenge. And then he gets these insane power-ups. And then they have these epic boss fights. They crank it up to 10. And then it becomes an even more relentless revenge ride. Every time he's supposed to get defeated, he doesn't get defeated. He comes back. They does one of my favorite things is This is the big boss. We're talking about the God Dragon Secretary. He washes this bitch, just washes her. He kills her so many times she gets trauma, and she's like, "I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more."
It was badass.
So bad though. Her boyfriend, the guy who been sipping, trying to smell her cooch for forever, is like, "You want me to go kill this guy? I can go beat him up." And he doesn't even beat him up. He's like, "All right, you did my girlfriend. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend up." And then he gets revenge. Now Rodner got to go back and get more revenge. And I'm just like, bro, when is this shit gonna stop? Throwing a few more Dragon Ball references, no happy endings, just pure chaotic revenge. And it was just fantastic. Like, this was supposed to be some regular BS anime, and this shit ended being the most epic action anime I have seen all year. Nothing prepared me for how awesome Rotten Crimson was gonna be. Nothing prepared me. Nothing prepared me for this shit. I'm still not over how awesome Rotten Crimson is, and that's why it is a 9 out of 10, a 5 out of 5. No, 4 point.
Oh, guy was about to jump in. I was bro. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you don't know how to math either, motherfucker. Look at you."
4.5 out of 5 or a 9 out of 10, man. Rotten Crimson, man.
Tell me what it needed to be a 10 out of 10.
What did Rotten Crimson need to be a 10 out of 10? Man, what did it need to be old girl who was with him on the first episode,
What happened to her? Yeah.
If
We don't know what happened to her.
She would have had to come back at the end and join the fight. If she came back from the end and circle back, and she was like, she got a chance to see weakling Ragnar level up and become the man he was supposed to be and really fight by his side, that would have sealed the whole deal. But
you know what would have been better? You know what would have been better? If she would have been like possessed with the dragon blood and been fucking
he had to kill her. Oh no, he would have absolutely killed her. But it's I would have loved if she would have came on some Avengers. Hey Cap, on your left. And she would have just came out there and been like, "Oh shit!" Like, you know,
that would have been flea.
That would have been fly, but they didn't do that. Yeah. So, but it would have been a 10 if they would have did that. But they didn't.
I'm still not convinced Crimson is a he. I'm not convinced.
Crimson is an Otanoko. Can we move on? It's your turn.
Ragnar's Otanoko.
Yeah, Ragnar, right? Yeah, like
yeah. When he says like that,
bro, you already know what it is.
Yeah, he ain't wrong when he says like that's fair. Number 2 for me, Kaiju number 8.
Right higher than me, and I'm shocked.
Kaiju number 8. I had Oshi at 2, and then that was the last change I made, and it was early on when y'all were talking about Oshi, and I was like, the more y'all talked about Oshi and some of like the very, very, very slight pitfalls, the more I can't find pitfalls in Kaiju 8. I couldn't find pitfalls in Kaiju 8. Kaiju 8 was fucking phenomenal. Sean hyped this shit the fuck up. And boy, oh boy, was he right to fucking do so. This shit was fucking lit. Every episode was fucking gangbusters. It was tremendous. Kafka was the quintessential, to me, protagonist. He was fucking awesome. Ichikawa was his dude, one of the ultimate supporting male characters. Shinomiya, again, I didn't like her early on, but she grew on me as everything progressed in the season. I thought it was tremendous the way Kafka laid it.
Oscar?
Huh?
You mean blonde Oscar?
No, I don't really see her.
Yeah, you don't get that, bro. She's absolutely a blonde Oscar. Daddy issues, but keep going.
Yeah, he's never seen.
You never seen Evangelion?
He's never seen it.
Never.
Why would you think you've seen it? Why would you think you've seen it?
I'm sorry. You stand corrected, Chris. Ethan, continue. I apologize for interrupting.
It's on my one day. One day I will watch it for sure. It's on the list. But in any case, I love the way Kafka laid it all out. You know, he's like, "Oh, they're gonna find out. Oh, they're gonna fucking persecute me. I'm gonna end up getting killed." But he said, "Fuck it. I think saving my friends, saving the division, and saving like this fucking giant town in Japan is worth more than my life." And he fucking does it. Then he's put on trial, and then he has to face Shinomiya's dad, and that's a fucking tremendous fight. And he has to do everything in his power to stay human because of the kaiju in him wants to just explode and be that fucking guy. And Kaiju's like, "Nope, no matter what, I'm still human at heart." And he wins, and he's successful from that front. We get a somewhat decent happy end for the first one, where basically his childhood best friend, who's the ace of the division, acknowledges him and be like, "You got a long way to go, but she's happy as fuck whenever she sees him, knowing that he's there pursuing the dream that they talked about. She never forgot it. He realizes they never forgot it. It's absolutely awesome. And again, when we talk about musical composition, animation, fight sequences, musical inlays, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing really wrong with the show at all. So this was one of those shows where I wanted to rate it a little lower simply because I want to see how the show progresses again. But to me, I fucking just adored the fuck out of this show. It won the absolute most places in my awards with 10 different awards coming first, second, third, or fourth in my award season. So to me, it was justified to put it that high. It had to be justified. And so I don't see how it goes down. We say that about different animes, and then it does, but I can't fathom it. Easy 5 out of 5, easy 10 out of 10 for this one for me.
Same. This did win the most awards. This did win the most awards in a single season with me. Spring, it won the absolute most awards.
Yeah. Kaiju.
I was kind of expecting, hoping to make that was gonna be your number one. That way it would all be different. But number two for me is Delicious in Dungeon. I loved it. I loved it, and I agree with Starman. It needs a quick ASAP. I would buy that and start making that stuff. I will definitely do it. I'll definitely do a Senshi cosplay in the future.
You should.
Yeah, I was gonna get the materials for it. If I can get like a little mini carry frying pan thing, electric type of thing, I can do that. Cook random stuff for people at the con, like outside the buildings.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
I feel like they tell you to shut it down because you're taking away from the vendors.
I don't
no, it's fire in a public place, like depending on the
parking lot. Yeah, if you can't get in, then have a little nice zero.
You definitely have to be in Atlanta again. They don't give a fuck
about nothing.
But I love Studio Trigger. Did a fantastic job with it. I love the characters. They were my favorite group, favorite protagonist, favorite girl. Fantasy adventure. I think it won the most awards for me. So I gave it that for a reason. I'm very excited for season 2. We got action, we got comedy, we got drama, we got adventure out of it, and I love the exploration of exploring, learning about the dungeon. And there's always like different stuff, different floors, different creatures. And it's nice seeing those different recipes for every single thing that they have done. It looks fantastic. That's why I said give me. So, yeah, for that one, number 2, Delicious in Dungeon.
The creatures, Matt. The creatures.
And now it is time for our number 1 anime of the year. The best of the best. The best one. Chris, I know what it is.
Let's take it home.
And for Star too. And for Sean too.
No, he already said his. His was like 18, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm the only true degenerate here.
Yeah, you are the only true degenerate. Take her home, Chris.
Crashing over magical girls, man. This show saved anime.
That's a thing for me, but yeah, keep going.
Oh man, there hasn't been in a good hot minute a series where just true degeneracy. Besides eating Kai-san's dog, but that's just a different breed.
Dope.
Breed. But no, this show brought back like what you would expect from an actual ecchi show instead of just, oh hey, here's some bra, here's some panties. It was really enjoyable, and I couldn't find any faults with it, despite except for the fact that the girls are way too underage. But I'm not going to go further detail into that, and I'll just pass that back on. I'll pass that on.
That's all you're gonna say about it? It's your number 1, man. Like
you do. You said more.
I've said everything I need to say about this show.
It's $30 on Amazon.
Like when the blue hair girl got broken like that much broken into submission. You don't want to go into detail on that.
No, why would I go into detail about that? People watch the show and they don't believe me. They're not going to believe me.
It's $30 on Amazon. Like, buy it. people.
With
'Cause-
fire in the
Hada.
spice stock.
Or go to Hada. That was good.
Season 2 out now.
I didn't know that was gonna be on number one, and hey, I ain't even mad at it. I honestly was like, "Yo, this man got balls," because that's the number one. Well, you got me.
He is standing on business.
I can't
The
think of an
anime
ecchi show I would
business.
ever put as number one. I can't think of a single ecchi show I would have ever put at number one.
Hey, man, shout out. All right, so
Hey, I like when Matt was in the middle of talking about Dungeon Meshi, which we shared that one. I changed my name to that guy who's just a degenerate.
Our degenerate server.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, he gets the tips.
I thought he's serving the tips.
It's excellent, don't you know?
Yeah, excellent service.
You think to come in for the food and drinks? No, they came for the service. Starman, you're number one.
number one. All right, I'm gonna give y'all facts before I drop it. Number one earned number one spot because honestly, it was just out of everything that I seen, this was my favorite anime, and it kept serving. When I look back and did all my metrics and my data, this anime won the most awards. Now, granted, the only reason why it won the most awards is because I could consider it an anime in for 2 years straight. Like it. For 2 years straight. Even in spring of this year, I got to give it some awards, and then in fall of this year, I gave it some awards because there was another completely season. So not only did they give me back-to-back course, they gave me 2 seasons in the span of like not even a whole year, and that's unprecedented in anime. And still for them to maintain the quality, I'm talking about none other than Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La Frontier was just that shit. Shangri-La Frontier, I saw no better anime. I enjoyed no other anime more than I enjoyed Shangri-La Frontier. Every morning, every Sunday morning, I wake up 5, 6 a.m., wake up, get a cup of coffee, and I sit down and watch this show. I might watch it twice because that's just how much I enjoy it. As a gamer, I love it. It's not a standard isekai, as you guys said earlier. It's not even the technical isekai. It's just a kid on summer break playing his favorite video game, playing it with his friends, and it's just so many things that as a gamer you have to do. I relate to it in just such a large capacity. It does get frustrating at times with some of the like Sire Zero's relationship, but they start exploring that in the second season. So it's like, oh, okay. But we're not even talking about the second season. I'm just talking about season 1. But considering the fact that I enjoyed a whole core of season 2 before the end of 2024 and closed it out, I just had to. It was just too much anime. It's just too much anime. So it's just like y'all gave me like Chris said, y'all gave me a season and a half. How could it not be number one? So my number one anime of 2024, top spot 9 out of 10 is Shangri-La Frontier. I done talked about the Weatherman fight. Now we're on this Lycon fight. Man, you just gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. I love it. I'll wait to see what we do with it with 2025. But for right now, Shangri-La Frontier is my number one anime. Shout out to Emil. She's the greatest.
All right, Ethan.
Was there ever a doubt for me?
I don't know. What is it?
Freeing.
Oh.
I joined this bitch late. I had the benefit of binging it before it came on during winter of 24, and I enjoyed every episode. There was not an episode that I was not captivated by this show. I'm a sucker for things like Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth, things of that nature. Did not watch the Lord of the Rings anime, to be fair. Maybe I'll get to it at some point one day. Who knows?
Anime?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the movie.
No. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't advertise it.
Yeah, but in any case, I'm a sucker for shit like that. Again, every episode was tremendous. Action, tremendous. Comedy, funny. Story, well paced, well laid out. Character development and character meaning, wonderful. The fights, stupendous. Musical composition, awesome, fitting. Animation, stellar, beautiful in most sequences. I laughed when it was all said and done. Just a lot of what you said, Sean, was hilarious. How you tore it down. I didn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I love the fuck out of Freeing. I caught up on Freeing, and it was the best decision I have made in a while when it came to anime. I didn't have it up, and then I had time before Winter 24 started and kicked off, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give Freeing a look. Everyone's talking about how Freeing is, and that I don't think I had it out unless Oshi came with something like tremendous. I didn't expect Kaiju to come as strong as it did. Pause, but I don't think there was anything that was ever going to top Freeing for me. Freeing was fucking phenomenal. It is rated 91 as it stands currently on Analyst. It is the #1 anime. I can't talk about any of the other ones that are ahead of it, like a Gintama, like a FMA. I haven't seen those since I'm fairly new. I'm not going to throw shade at something I haven't seen, but at least from my perspective, this is one of the absolute most amazing anime that has come out. I would love more. I'd love more. I'd love to see it. Whether we get it or not, TBD. But fucking fucking Mendes. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Absolute must recommend. If you want to see a good quality ass anime, watch Freeing. You will not be disappointed in the fucking least.
I feel cheated because I've been with it for the beginning while you just fucking come in later on, like near the end, like a fucking whore. So you make it your #1 like that? No.
Please.
No. It's free, and it was always gonna be free. And like I said, we can say there's a lot of stuff better than that. You can point out the flaws of it. You know what? That's fine. I get it. I agree. But in the words of Ethan, I don't fucking care. It's still fun. I enjoyed a lot about it. And the best part of it, like this is, as I said during the Winter Awards, that this is just the beginning of it. And if it can maintain that quality, that amount of episodes, the production, all that, and it could go down as one of the better ones for this generation with how the rest of the season or series delivers, if they even get that far with it, if it goes with that quality, and if they produce it slowly, even just the little things to improve it over time, yeah, people are definitely going to remember it. So I like it for that. Past and present, they always connected. It always made them feel important, especially with the flashbacks with him. All that. Yes, he's dead, but you know what though? Even if she is a dense person, he still had a big impact on her life. It took long for her to realize that. I like the different concepts of the elves, where they're like a sexual, a romantic, don't have the need for that type of thing, like the emotionless type, because we just see them as like submissive, hyper type of thing. While this one, a different take on the elves, and I like that it showed that demons are actual pricks. Because I've been actually kind of tired of, oh, they're not the bad guys. No, they're nice. They're the good ones. Like I got really fucking tired of that. It's like, all right, no, a demon's evil. Fucking kill it.
Blow it away.
Yeah, they did. Sometimes there's no redemption. I don't like revenge type of things, but with redemption, sometimes there are just people that just cannot be redeemed, and that's how demons were back then. I like that they didn't shy away from it. I like a lot of the fights. I like the characters, even the ones that got introduced into the second half of it. Animated well. You know what though? I didn't like the first OP. Well, actually, I liked the song. It's just the video. Actually, no, it just didn't fit. It didn't feel like it should have been for a different show. But the second one was a lot better. The ED is still probably the best part of Anytime, Anywhere. Listen to the entirety of it. It fits. It fits for friggin'. I like it. I am a sucker for Lord of the Rings adventure type of stuff. As if done right, I will be hooked into it, much like it is with the adventures with Vinland Saga. It's adventures with Free, and like I will, if you do it right, you will get me hooked in. And this one definitely did that. I liked how I did it with the 28 episodes. The first 4 can be seen as a movie or just regular 4 episodes, depends on how you watch it. But no, it was always gonna be free, and it means a lot to me. I like it. Hell, I got one. I got the 3D printed, free in here. Still fucking amazing. Yep, finally got it. So yeah, number one for me, free. But with that, 2024 is done. We are done with it. We're moving on. We're going to 2025.
Very strong going into 25.
We'll be here in a week for our first impressions. But thank you all for joining us in these less than 8 hours of recording. It's been a lot of fun. We do this once a year with the 8 hours, but we still have a blast doing it. A lot of good shows. Most of our lists were similar, just in different spots. We had a few that were different, but you know what? We watch stuff. We have different variety, and there's always nothing wrong with that. But no, I have fun. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you guys for joining us as well, Starman and Chris. We appreciate you guys being here. As always, we always love to have you on.
You know, I got to deliver good taste. Somebody has to do it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
got to balance
Sure,
out.
sure.
You.
But with that, the cafe is closed. Follow me on Twitter at DavePhoenix12. Follow me on Instagram at HouseHusbandCosplay. Follow our Otalku Cafe on the Facebook and on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Ethan at AnimeDaisuke24. Instagram, Showstopper24. Follow Chris at CRYSDPHYR on all social media platforms. Follow Starman at aka Starman on Twitter. I believe Requio Star.
It's Rico, not Recreal, but I've been meaning to correct that. It's just Rico.
Rico Star. Okay. All right. Well, no different next time, but yeah, follow him on his social media platforms. He's got another album coming out, so be sure to check it out when he releases it.
It's out.
Oh, it is out.
It came out 14.
What the fuck? You didn't tell me.
Hey man, I've been dealing with a lot. December kind of just.
I know.
It was a miracle I caught up on all my anime, like for the whole.
Oh, what's the name of the album? I'll listen to it on work on Friday.
But I'll definitely shoot you that. Before you guys go, I'm gonna give you my top 10 for fall because I never did. Delico's Nursery was 10 for a 3 out of 5. Afro Weather Season 3 was 9 with a 3 out of 5. Demon Lord 2099 was a 3.5 out of 5 or a 7. Yakuza Fiance was my number 7 at a 3.5 out of 5. Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest was 3.5 out of 5, my number 6. Number 5 was 2.5 Dimensional Seduction at a 3.5 out of 5. Beastars Final Season Part 1 was a 3.5 out of 5 at number 4. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 3 was a 4 out of 5 at number 3. Rama 1/2 was number 2 with a 4 out of 5. And Dine to Dine was number 1 with a 4 out of 5. That's my fall. I'm sorry I wasn't ready last week, but that's what I would have gave it. That was it. That was my top 10 for fall. I only watched 11 shows that didn't carry over till like winter. Only watched. I've never watched that least amount of shows ever.
I only watched 8. I watched even less than you.
Last season?
Yeah. I only had a top 9.
I had 11 shows.
Whisper was in there. Whisper climbed up tremendously, but I had to put Whisper in by default because it finished.
Bro, I dropped 3 shows. It's crazy. So that's why a majority of the fall shows did not make my final list. Unfortunately, there were some good shows I had to leave out. Do not sleep on some of these good shows that we mentioned. It was some good shows. 2.5, I could not find a place for it in my top 30. I'm sad. Voice Actor Radio, I did not find a spot for it in my top 30. I am sad, but those are 2 shows that are definitely worth you checking out if you're still listening. So, yeah.
But we want to thank WTO Network, Dirty Radio, and Church on Media for hosting us on their platform. So check them out on their Facebook, on the YouTube, or on Twitter. We also thank Sean, who is our editor. But we'll be back next week with first impressions of winter 2025. So until then, oyasumi and good night.
Sayonara, Sekai.
Thank you all.
When the sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you. But still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face. But hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice. But it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you